Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is F1 Tonight UK. And of course, the big one, the F1 Tonight UK Season 2 driver and team draw. I am your host, Daniel Huzzah, Burt, and joining me tonight, as always, the fantastic, the wonderful, the amazing Adrian Stats Rich. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you. I appreciate that introduction there. It's almost like having Eddie back.
Ah, I say, I'm flattered. Got to give you the good intro, mate, haven't I?
Well, indeed.
Right, so to pop us over, really, I'll walk us through how we're going to be this evening. Second.
We've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
I'm very excited. I don't know about you. There's a number of people in the league that I can't see, or in their teams and the cars they drive. I can't see them being anywhere else.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see where they end up tonight.
I want to know how many people end up with their rivals.
Yeah. That's going to be very interesting. So, everybody, you should be able to see the main screen now, which, and let me just go to that, down the bottom. There we go. So we've got two wheels. The main idea being that the right one is the teams. The way we'll do it is we will spin the driver first at the moment. First, I need to spin it again. It didn't refresh. No worries. So we'll spin the driver first, and then we will then transition to a slide that goes through the driver's main career highlights, if you like, of the season. Races entered, driver of the days awarded, things like that. Streaks, like finishing streaks, that kind of thing. Me and Adrian will discuss that. We'll then jump back to the wheels, and with the driver's name on the right, we will spin the left one, which will give us a team, and therefore where that driver will be going for Season 2. I will then be updating the banner you can see scrolling along the bottom. I'll be doing that live tonight, so I'll be updating that so people that join midway through and you guys that are here now, you'll be able to see where the drivers have been assigned so far for Season 2 on a live scroll along the bottom, so we can all keep track of where everyone's gone so far. So hopefully that makes some sense. So without further ado, anything to add, Adrian, or should we just get straight into it?
No, yeah, let's crack on. That's a brilliant introduction there. Very clear. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Right, let's go ahead and spin the right wheel then and see who we get first. So Sean Street up first for us this evening. I have just realised that I may have to just refresh the wheel, or at least remember that Connor's going to be at the end, because I think he would have been removed from the wheel already. We may have to just do Connor as the final driver, perhaps, if that's okay with everyone. I'll just bring us over to the driver slide now. So, Connor Hughes, here we go.
Sean Street, hopefully.
Sorry, I'm thinking of Connor Hughes still. Stand high. Not quite Connor Hughes. On Street, there we go. Easy enough. So, there we go. On your screen now, you should be able to see up on there. So, Max, so far this season, 11 Grand Prix started. He debuted with us Season 1, obviously this current season, at Spain. And so far has attended... Sorry, go on.
Sorry, can you squeeze it in a little bit? It's just
is it clipping off the top?
Out of the pick. Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Let me just... We've got the... There we go. That'll fix it. Sorry about that. How's that looking? Better now, I hope?
I'll tell you in about 8 seconds. There's
when
a
it
bit of
catches
lag
up.
between when I hear you and when I see what you do. There we go. That's it.
Anyhow, have you got it now?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect, brilliant. So, yeah, 11 Grand Prix so far, of the possible 13, of which he could have attended, since 85% attended. Pretty good. Do you agree?
Yeah, Yeah. He's one of our sort of regulars. Yeah, as it says there, his first Grand Prix was at Spain, so he hasn't been here for the entire season. But he's already established himself as an F1 Tonight veteran.
Indeed. And some good performances as we can see below. I think his best qualifying was Hungary, was it not?
It was. Yes.
That was my first commentary role for F1 Tonight. A good race as well to start off with. So he qualified third there, which is obviously brilliant. You know, almost at the front, pretty close.
Well, I haven't done it before, so
neither have I actually, as a matter of fact. So yeah, very good job indeed, and a two-time finish of P4. So again, impressive. I think actually that was finished P4 in Hungary as well.
No, he did not. It was round 12, which was. Sorry, it was Hungary. Yes, it was. Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah, I thought he got the P4 there. It was quite an impressive performance from him, actually. I must say, I think it was a wet to dry, just the last minute race, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
So 0 podiums and 0 driver of the days so far, but still plenty of races go, and obviously season 2 to come up. So I'm sure we will see him feature on some of those. Given the performance of this season, I'm pretty sure we could. I think it's fair to say we could expect some podiums next time round with improvement in performance.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where he finishes. After a full season. Yeah,
absolutely. And 4 DNFs so far, not the highest count on the driver roster this season.
No.
But obviously it's not none. Obviously we all have them. If I was on here, I would not be showing my slide, that's for sure.
Well, I've actually got your.
Oh no!
Your details. No, it's all right. It's all right. I won't make them public. It's okay.
It's about 6 or 7, maybe 8. It's a lot. So here we go. Holds record for best performance.
Yep.
That would have been Spain.
No, because you're not allowed to qualify in your debut race.
Get the track.
It was Monaco. Fourth place at Monaco.
Oh yeah, actually yes, I remember. Of all the tracks to do it, P4 Monaco, not bad. Current form, of course, at the moment 6th, a DNF and 6th last time out, which was Japan.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, 16 points currently. That's tallied up in the last 3 races. Not bad.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good haul from the last 3, 16 points. Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Yeah, midway up the top 10. Not bad going. Current season objective for him is to beat his rival and teammate. That, of course, being Jack Wilson, with his rival's Jack Wilson, not his teammate.
Yes.
So I don't know actually where he is at the moment in relation.
He is ahead of him. He's got about twice his points actually.
Ah, very nice. So good stuff there from Sean, who's currently beating his rival. Season 2 objective for next season, of course, will be to finish in the top 10. I think pretty realistic change of objective there for Sean.
Yeah, he's looking to, as I've already said, sort of establish himself, and just finish in the top half of that table, rather than sort of focus on one particular driver. He and Jack both joined at the same time. They both know each other, sort of outside of F1 Tonight, they both chose each other as their initial rivals. So
yeah, good stuff, fantastic. And season 2 rival, Gary McKenny. So again, I think a realistic change of rival. Gary's not someone to be underestimated. He's a very consistent driver.
Oh, absolutely.
Finishes well, so I think that will be a good challenge for Sean.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough target, but I think he's capable of bringing the challenge to Gary.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. So bringing us back over to the Wheels of Fortune. They have got
Wheel of Fate, even.
The Wheel of Fate, yeah, even better. So we've got the team to decide. So, without further ado, a quick spin on the wheel. And we have McLaren. There we go. Sean Street over to McLaren for season 2. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, ironically, the team that Gary drives for this season.
yeah, actually, very, very true.
That's not rigged. That is completely random. I have to just point that out.
Yeah, we can decide that. I can see where you end up, Adrian.
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see who his teammate is when we get around to it.
Yeah, certainly. So, people carrying up on the that
Okay.
feel, I guess, not mine. I don't think. So back to the right hand side. Then we'll then spin for the next driver, and that being Lee Pratt. So he is next up for us. I'll just quickly find his slides. 1 second.
Lee Pratt is actually my current teammate at
Indeed, yeah.
Red Bull.
Yeah. So
I've actually had 3 different teammates this season.
You have. Who's your previous two?
I had Thomas Cook originally, and then I had Ryan Grice, and then I have Lee.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of teammates in and out of the Red Bull household.
Hopefully that's not a reflection on me.
I'm sure it isn't. No, I would have been there forever if I was your team. Never leave you.
Oh damn.
So Lee's record so far, technically one of the best out of everybody, attendance-wise. Attendance.
Yeah, I think it's only. Yeah, it's only. I think it's only 4 drivers that actually have got that record, 100% attendance for the races that they could have attended.
Yeah.
I appreciate he's only done 4. He joined us at Italy.
Yeah. Of course, that's a very good way to start, being new to the league. So I hope to see that continue.
Yes, absolutely.
He debuted with us season 1. This one, of course, in Italy. So far, his best qualifying, another 3rd. I can't quite recall where that was.
He did that last week. Well, this week on Tuesday, actually. Really impressive in at Japan. Yeah, it was first time a Red Bull had been on but had been P3 in the second row.
Stuff. Very good, very good. 0 wins so far, and I don't think he finished. Well, he's actually not finished a race yet. No. An unfortunate sort of record to have off the bat. Not easy, especially in like a league like this where you've got a 100% distance race. To finish consistently every race, I know especially for myself, it does actually take a toll. I know it's nothing compared to driving the car, but 100% race, 50 plus laps, sat in your chair at the wheel, it's it can get quite sort of I don't know what the word is. It's you can start aching and things like that, and it takes obviously the mental strain trying to focus for that long.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you're sat there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, or 2.5 hours. If you're in all 3 qualifying sessions as well.
Yeah.
You've got to go all that time without making any sort of fatal mistakes and spin the car off track and hit the wall, etc., etc. So yeah, it.
Oh, Adrian, you still there?
Just come with time. And Lee, right from the start, even before he joined the league, he was, he joined our sort of reserve list and was always asking about spaces that are open. Can he get in? And then it just so happened that around that time, around Italy, we were actually able to promote him to the sort of the main roster, and here we are.
And here we have him, racing for good. Obviously, it's equally just as rewarding. I know I've listed out some negatives about 100% racing, but it is equally as rewarding. Just finishing it, and it's actually extremely fun. Very good format of racing compared to other leagues around there that don't do quite as long distance.
Indeed.
So obviously we talked about his current championship position. Sorry, he's P20. I think he's tied P20. I think I saw another 20th, or maybe it was 19th.
I think it's 3 drivers on 0 points at the moment.
Yeah. Obviously, currently being a new driver, he's not got an objective for the season. I don't think he had to fill out that part of the survey, did he?
No, that's right. No, it didn't apply to him because I did it right at the very beginning of the season.
Yeah. His objective for next season, though, top 10 overall. I don't think unrealistic, to be honest. given his qualifying
No.
performance last time out. We know he's got it in him for sure.
I mean, pace-wise, he's he's one of the. I'd say he's probably one of the top 5 drivers in the league.
Yeah.
But he's just if he can work on that consistency, then he can absolutely he'll smash that top 10. I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. No rival currently. Again, similar to his season objective. He obviously started late, so didn't choose one. For next season, though, he has chosen Matt Goodyear. So again, a good rival choice, I think, from Lee. Matt equally has been pretty consistent in Haas in terms of his performances. You saw when he does well, he does well. Sure. So I think Matt is another good choice, rival-wise, for Lee as well. Do you agree? Adrian? May have lost Adrian again. Oh, there
Sorry
he
about
is.
that. Battery's died in the controller.
Right, he's
light.
back. Any thoughts on Matt Goodyear being the rival before we continue?
Yes, I think they are equally pacey and probably equally as, dare I say, inconsistent as each other. I think if both of those drivers can sort of maintain their composure during races, I think those two will be very well matched through the course of the season.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you're onto something there for next time. So hopefully we see that in season 2 for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I think I know it's jumping a little bit ahead. I think Matt has also chosen Lee as his as his rival, but we'll see that in a moment.
Yeah, good stuff. So I'm just going to quickly swap us back over to the wheel. Sorry for a slight delay in that, but I do have to change the way it looks before I can do it. So here we go. Back to the wheels then. So the left-hand side wheel spinning now. Here we go. Who could it be? I think it's Ferrari. Forza Ferrari.
Very nice.
Yeah, very good.
Nice.
Good job, Lee. That looks like I'll be happy with that. I know you would, Adrian.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to find myself. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
So let me just quickly.
Little fun fact for you. Matt Goodyear, who Lee's chosen as his rival, he's had sort of 2 stints with F1 Tonight UK. His original stint, he was actually at Ferrari for his first 2 races, I think it was, before he took a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Cool. So let me spin. It's a shame we can't share the spinning.
Yeah.
My turn again. So here we go. Who's next up? Oh, I thought it might be Matt Goodyear then. That would have been good timing, wouldn't it? Kyle Jackson up first. I don't know why I want to say that in an Australian accent, but I do. Quickly move us back over to spreadsheets. Get Kyle up. There we go. And I'll just quickly, sorry, 1 second. I keep forgetting to shrink that down. My apologies. There we go. And we're back. So, Kyle Jackson, 4 Grand Prix of his possible 5 he could have attended. He started with us in Belgium this season. So 80%. Another good attendance record for Kyle.
Yep. Yeah, we're all reasonably happy with that. And he's, again, he will turn himself into an F1 Tonight regular at this pace. So,
absolutely, yeah, good stuff. Of course, 0 poles so far. My apologies for 0 wins being alongside that as well. That should be 1 below. 0 podiums and no driver of the day as of yet, but 4 DNFs. So kind of a similar-ish record to Lee.
Yes.
Having driven the same amount of Grand Prix and not finished the same amount as well.
Yeah.
Again, it's just down to that same kind of thing, as well as just being lucky or unlucky with who you meet on track sometimes and have a little coming together with. There's many factors that play into it.
Yeah, there is that. Also, there have been sort of particularly difficult races actually since then. Belgium was partially wet. I think. Russia the other week was partially wet.
Yeah.
I think we had some rain at Japan as well. And yeah, it's just we're having sort of wet race after wet race. So yeah, it's
not ideal, especially
a bit
over long
difficult for
distances.
Yeah, and especially for the newer drivers. I appreciate
Yeah.
they're experienced racers, but not necessarily 100% distance, and and not with us as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So his current position, 18th. Again, we hinted on that earlier. He's one of the 0 point holders at the minute. Again, not anything on his performance per se, but because he's not been with us that long. So I'm sure we'll see that points tally start to come up as we continue the season.
He was impressive in his test session.
I remember you said, he was one of the ones to look out for because he started with us at Belgium, didn't he?
Yes.
And that was another race that I commentated. I think that was my second one. And again, looked pretty good in qualifying. But I think it was just that kind of first race with the league, getting to grips with it. It's you don't always expect the best from them for that first race. So and I think that was just the case in this one. It was getting mucked in and sort of getting used to the way we run.
Yeah.
The first race is always going to be a bit rough as it goes.
That's right, and he probably put quite a lot of pressure on himself to to perform as well, which that won't help.
Well, similar to myself for my first stream, they were always some teething problems, and you get better on the second one. And the next races. Right. So season objective wise, again, and rival similar to Lee, he started late, so hasn't got one. But season 2, he'll be looking to just finish races. I think fair.
Yep.
Fair choice there. I would have done the same.
Yeah, he's not. He's not sort of fooling himself. He's just got. He knows he's got to get his head down and just. Just get the car across the line. So that's respectable.
Absolutely, yeah. And season 2 rifle, he hasn't chosen one yet. Obviously, you're allowed to do that. You haven't got to choose one.
No, that's right. Yeah, you can choose nobody. I left that option open just for the newer guys, really, who perhaps weren't sort of aware necessarily of the pace of the drivers around them, so probably couldn't make an informed decision.
No, yeah, and I think that's a fair choice for him, being fairly new to the league as well, and not knowing quite where everyone's at. And also just in general, sometimes you don't want to, put yourself against someone on paper. And just do all your talking out on track, which is fair enough. So there we go, Kyle Jackson, everybody. So let's go back to the Wheels of Fortune.
Wheel of Fate. I've already trademarked.
Sorry, Wheel of Fate. All right, my apologies. Right. Yeah, I'm getting slick at the transition now. Everybody, we'll be quick as you like soon enough. So Kyle Jackson on the right, his team on the left. Here we go. Gonna be. Oh, I think he's in the Merc. He's in the second. We're putting all the good teams out right away.
Nice.
We've got a Ferrari and a Merc already down. So good stuff. This is what I was mentioning at the beginning, Adrian, was people being in teams I can't picture. And this isn't Kyle, but it's the fact I know that either Tom or Callum won't be in a Mercedes next time.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be fun to see. And one of the cool things about these draws is that you get that happening. So it'll be cool to see where the other guys end up.
Yeah, at some point.
So you should have Kyle Jackson now appearing along the bottom of your screens in the Mercedes. So the right-hand wheel again, the Wheel of Fate. Spinning now. Who's it going to be? I think it's Cameron Widdowson. Yes. There we go then. Let me quickly bring him up.
Widdy, as he's known.
Oh, Widdy. There he is. Wished. There we go. Slick as you like now. I've got this nailed.
Lovely.
It's a work in progress. So, Cameron Widdowson, 14 Grand Prix. So he's one of our long-term drivers of the season, one of the veterans, if you like.
Yes.
14 of 15 possible Grand Prix, so 93% attendance, very good. Obviously, you can't make them all sometimes. Real life comes first, of course, but 14 out of 15, very nice indeed.
Yeah, I mean, there was a period of time when a long period of time he had no teammate at all, and he was getting frustrated because he was attending every race and people around him perhaps weren't. But yeah, I'm not surprised that he's got such a high attendance. rating there.
Indeed, yeah, very true. So you obviously joined us in China. That was the interesting race in of itself. That was a wet to, similar to a lot of races in F1 tonight, UK season 1. Wet to dry,
Yeah,
or dry
I
to
keep
wet.
getting blamed for it because obviously I host them, and
Of course, yeah,
and
yeah.
it seems everyone that I do host, it just ends up raining at some point. But
Yeah,
it's not me. It's definitely
I
not me.
actually raced that one, and that was a dry start, wet end, if I'm correct.
Yeah, good memory.
It went. You 0 pole so far. Best qualifying. Sorry, 7th, which is E. Happy
Yep.
days. 7th place, good stuff. With the best finish of 6th, so that of course bodes well for his ability to make his way up the field during the race.
Yeah, and he always seems to find himself. I know he's got just one 6th place finish, but he's got quite a number of 7th place, 8th place finishes. He's always finishing races and finishing in the points as well, which is testament to his position in the table.
Yeah, and it's also nice because we'll obviously come on to Gary at some point during the evening, but his teammate Gary, they often find each other in similar places on track, don't they? In terms of being quite close in position.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, it has been. Yeah, I mean, there are some tracks where Gary is sort of considerably ahead of Cameron. Yeah, but generally speaking, Cameron will find himself battling.
Yeah, it is. I think would you agree there's been a bit of a trend? Because I think to start with, for sure, like you say, there was definitely a pace difference. And I'm sure it probably still is slightly, but they definitely come closer as the season's gone on.
Well, that's what being teammates with sort of fast drivers does tend to do. Is draw them closer together.
Indeed, yeah, it's good stuff. 0 podiums so far, and 5 DNFs. In the grand scheme of things, not a massive sort of dent in his race history so far this season.
I wish I had only 5 DNFs. Be honest.
We'll come on to you later, but I don't think you're that much more, are you?
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, we will find out. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, spoilers! Exciting. Obviously, hasn't scored points since Germany.
Need to remove that line because he has.
Yeah, quite right. Yeah, his current form's 8th, 8th, 7th. Quite sure how that got in there. My apologies for that.
He's since Germany he has been consistently scoring again.
Has scored points since Germany. Maybe we can put that one in there. Obviously 8th, 8th, 7th, like you said, Adrian. That area.
Yeah.
Key, of course. Current position 13th, 38 points. So again, not shabby. And sort of pays dividends to where he's been finishing 8th and 7th around that area. Consistency again.
Yeah.
Paying him 6 points all so far. Current objective, which he decided was just finish races. Fair enough.
And that's what he's been doing.
Exactly, that's what he's been doing. Only not finished 5 of them, so pretty good going. Next season though, he aims for a top 10 overall, and I think that's pretty good. A pretty good choice for him.
Yeah, that's doable, and he'll be. I mean, it shows his confidence increasing, because I remember sort of back in the day, in his sort of first first few Grand Prix, he was doubting himself sort of quite a lot, or doubting his ability against the rest of the field. But yeah, it's pleasing to see that he's aiming for that top 10, and I think that is achievable for him.
Indeed, yeah, definitely, I agree. Currently, he's chosen the man himself, Adrian Rich, as his rival, and will be continuing to chase you down next season. Adrian, how do you feel?
Slightly nervous, if I'm perfectly honest. Yeah, we're always seem to be battling on track, he and I. But I'm looking forward to that one.
Indeed, yeah. As you said, no spoilers, but I'm pretty sure you're the most popular rival in the whole league.
No comment.
we should have some awards for this draw itself, the most popular rival award.
I think just people just want an easy target, so
they
go for an easy drive to beat.
No, not at all. So there we go. Cameron Widdowson. Let me quickly back over.
I know you've got him showing us in a McLaren, which he does drive for this season, but he didn't actually start the season at Renault. So I wonder if he will flick back to either one of those teams.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out, Adrian. Here we go. Spin the wheel, see who we get for Cameron next season. Williams.
I can't imagine it, but okay.
Well, there we go. He's in it. So Cameron Widdowson will be with Williams next time out, next season, I should say. I'll quickly again just speak to that. Green. Next. It's funny though, isn't it? How you say like you can't see some drivers driving in some cars just because of the way you get used to them driving one car.
Yeah, I mean, I've personally attended every race myself, and you get so used to particular drivers in particular cars as you're driving round. So
yeah,
it's like, yeah. It's just one of those things, isn't it?
Indeed, yeah, it's funny. But we now have to draw our next driver, and that will be from the Wheel of Fate. Oh, Jamie Good. I couldn't quite tell there if it's going to be Josh or Jamie, but Jamie Good is up next. So let me quickly just click over again to his slide for you. The second Force India. So this will be both Force India drivers assigned for Season 2 now.
Yes.
So there we have it. Jamie Goods, 11 Grand Prix so far attended of his possible 13, obviously starting with us in Spain, 85% again, pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, he's always
Can't
been there
since,
since he joined.
Indeed. 0 poles so far, and the same goes for wins, but he has had pretty good qualifying and finish results so far, 2 fourths and a brilliant second.
Yeah, that second place was actually at Monaco as well. I remember it very well. That was a race that Dylan Platt lapped everybody, including second place Jamie.
Yeah.
But it was a bit of a strange race that one. But certainly not strange to see. Certainly not strange to see Jamie up on the podium and on that second place spot. Started 10th actually in that race, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was a very good race indeed. So far, 1 podium, which being that second at Monaco, like you said, Adrian. 2 driver of the day, so the first one out of our drivers to be drawn tonight who has achieved the driver of the day. Twice, of course, which is very nice.
Yeah, it was right. That was at, I think it was Hungary and whatever round 15 is at Singapore. Oh yeah, Singapore, where he did almost the entire race on one set of hard tyres. I think he came in lap 1 and did the rest on on hards.
Yeah, brilliant. And I do recall Hungary.
Fourth,
I think I played the part in giving him that drivers of the day because I did commentate it. So, yes, indeed, that was a very good race for him as well. So 2 good races there, amongst many others, of course. 6 DNFs so far. It's one of our highest number of DNFs so far, of course, which is contrasting with his good results there as well. But again, no problems there. Out of 11 races, 6 isn't too bad.
No. Not too shabby, and Jamie's one of these drivers. He's sort of all or nothing. He'll give it everything until the car just explodes or something comes off.
Yeah,
and, so which is kind of why he gets either the good results or he doesn't sort of finish the race. But he's certainly one of the more competent drivers in the league, should we say?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and I agree. He kind of throws the car at the track, and if it doesn't respond, it doesn't. If it does, then great. He does well. His current championship position, he's 12th, 46 points. So he was ahead of Cameron, our last driver to be pulled, who's 13th, 46 points. Good stuff from 11 Grand Prix. I guess that's probably more indicative of the DNFs he's got than where he's finished.
Yeah, I mean, he probably should be on at least double those points, if not for those DNFs. But it is what it is, unfortunately.
Indeed, yeah, still good stuff from him. His current objective was to finish top 5, so not quite there at the moment. I think I can't quite tell how close everyone is ahead of him, but perhaps a bit of a tough ask now, given where we are in the season.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a jump to 5th place. I think they're certainly on over 100 points, and there's only sort of 4 races to go. But yeah, I mean pace wise, I'd put Jamie in the top 5, and I can see why he's gone for the top 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
yeah. You can of course see his season 2 objective. He's dropped that down a bit to just broaden his horizon slightly, I guess you could say. He's going for top 10 next time out. I think fair enough. He's perhaps maybe taking a look at his consistency for next season. I wanted to improve that but give himself the leeway of not setting himself such a high target and just try to go for the top 10, but finish more races. I would have thought.
Yeah, and you know he's mature enough to sort of understand that he does have to work on that consistency. Hence his decision to aim a bit lower than previous.
Yeah, yeah. Current rival Sean Gregory. He's no longer with us, is he?
He's not. No, Sean Gregory's dropped to reserve driver due to work commitments. Did that sort of 4 or 5 races ago.
Yeah. Obviously, he was a very good driver. Still is, of course. I'm speaking like he might have passed away. He hasn't. he is still with us.
he was third in the championship when he actually retired from the league.
Yeah. He was right from the back and ending on the podium somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah, a very sort of high ranking, I guess you could say, rival for him to choose. Next season, he's gone for Sean. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
that's
Sean's
his
actually
current teammate.
Yeah, it's his current teammate. Yeah.
Yeah. So will we see Jamie get drawn into McLaren? Who knows? But we will find out in just a second. Which bring us back over to the wheels of fortune. So here we go, back to the wheels. The left one will of course decide which team Jamie goes to, and we'll find that out in just a couple of seconds. It'll be Toro Rosso.
Okay.
No, Jamie Good off to Toro Rosso for season 2. It'd be interesting. I don't know if Adrian, if you can see the comments at all on YouTube, if anyone's writing anything. But if anyone's watching the actual drivers, if they can maybe comment what they think about their new teams, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
they're around, of course.
I'll keep an eye on that. We've got a little bit of chatter. Yeah, I'll mention anything that's relevant.
Smashing. I'll quickly just update the live drivers. 1 second.
Apparently, my sister's watching us. A bit odd.
Good stuff. Right, I'll quickly bring us. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I'll quickly bring us back to the wheels of fortune. I've jumped the gun. There we go. Right, so the right-hand wheel spinning now. And we have got, so close to Adrian, with Tony Foster's up next. Mr. Consistency himself.
Yeah, the Iceman of F1 tonight.
Yeah. So
it just does not react to any pressure whatsoever.
It's quite something, actually. Must admit, and we're going to see that in his statistics as well, which you've, as everyone knows, Adrian has tirelessly put these all together. Very impressive stuff. So thank you, Adrian, for doing those.
You're very welcome, Dan.
So here we go. Stats for Tony. 16 Grand Prix so far. He's been with us ever since race 1 in Australia. So probably one of our first real veterans of the draw this evening. Been with us since the get-go. And 16 of his 17 races attended, which gives him 94% attendance. So equally very nice there. Sort of poles, wins, podiums, driver of the day. None of those as of yet, but a best qualifying so far of 5th with a best finish of 4th. So again, shows that ability to move himself forward in the grid, and also good positions to finish and qualify as well.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, that 4th place was again at the last Grand Prix. That's at Japan. And he actually could have been on for a possible podium if not for, I think it was Jack Wilson that actually took the podium and snatched driver of the day off him as well. Actually, he would have been on for that if not for him. But yeah. I mean, Tony. I mean, he scores points in almost every race. I mean, we will get down to his form in a moment. But yeah, he's you can see just below there, he hasn't actually crashed out of a race since Azerbaijan, which is round 4, and we're now on we've just finished round 17.
Yeah, so 18 up next. Yeah, like you say, like you can see on the statistics there, he's the longest finish streak of all 40 drivers in the entire F1 Tonight leagues, the UK and the Netherlands divisions. So yeah, very impressive stuff. Equally, 2 DNFs out of his 16 attended races. So again, just kind of pays dividends to what we were saying earlier about Mr. Consistent. He doesn't crash out much.
No, he really doesn't. I mean, it could be 3 laps behind and still be, giving it everything to, to try and catch up or just finish the race. So
Yeah.
he never quits.
Well,
never quits.
Yeah, and I know you're a big a preacher of that, and it's very 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 true indeed. Never give up, and never know what can happen.
Yeah.
His current form: 9th, 7th, and 4th last time out, which is 20 points over 3 races. I mean, that's pretty good going.
Yeah, that's not too shabby.
Yeah,
20 points.
I'll be happy
20
with
points
that.
from 3. Yeah. Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise, yeah.
Currently sat in 9th in the championship with 71 points. So again, pretty good. And as you can see below, he is achieving his objective of being in the top 10.
He is. Yep. There was he was sort of up and down. He's sat 9th at the moment, but he was sort of down in 11th for a period, jumped up to 10, back to 11, back up to 9. Battling with myself actually for that sort of accolade.
Yeah, good stuff. Any thoughts on Tony's on-track performance, having raced him?
Like I just said, he's a complete iceman on the track. You just can't make him make a mistake. It just doesn't ever work. You can't. You just have to make sure that you have a better run out of a corner than him, or have managed your ERS a bit better than he does. Which again, he's very good at controlling.
Yeah.
I find it really really difficult, and actually, it's very entertaining for myself to go up against him.
And for viewers as well, it's nice when you come up against a driver that it's purely down to the racing. There's no way of influencing any kind of error. It's just you've got to race better than him to get past.
Yeah. That's right.
Which is very good indeed. Again, Mr. Popular, Adrian Rich, his current rival, and again he's taking you on for season 2. Adrian.
I take that as a big compliment because
absolutely.
I definitely rate him quite a bit higher than myself. The fact that he's choosing me as his target, that's quite humbling.
Yeah, very good stuff. So that's 2 so far. I'm counting as we go through. So 2 for Adrian at the moment this evening. So
it's not a popularity contest. Just want to point that out.
Well, it seems that way, mate. Everyone loves you.
It's probably just because I sent the survey. So,
we'll just choose Adrian. So quickly hopping back to the Wheel of Fortune. That could be a movie presenter. Adverts. Right, team selector time. The left-hand wheel will decide, and he is going to be joining McLaren. Season 2. Tony off to McLaren. Like another one that I can't really see leaving Ferrari.
No.
but he's gonna. He's not in there anymore. He's off to McLaren. Of course, so he'll be joining Sean.
Yeah. Sean Street and Tony Foster. That's the first team now then that are both drivers that are confirmed, and that could be a really strong team to be. To be quite
absolutely.
Honest.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I like that pairing very much.
Yeah.
So again, the right-hand wheel. Time to spin. Who are we going to get as the driver numbers slowly dwindle down? Josh Diggles is up next. The Haas man himself, Mr.
DNF Diggles.
All right, well, I'll let you say it. It wasn't me, Josh. It was Adrian. I was gonna say Mr. from the back to the front. Although that's not the best name in the world, back to front. But anyway, there's some better names out there. But yeah, definitely. I mean, he's, in my opinion, he comes from the back, and he's always at the top normally. my choice of words is horrific. So I do apologise.
Just take a breather, Dan. Take a breather.
I'm just bursting words out at this point. Right, let me bring up Josh's slides. Yeah, everything I've said in the past.
We'll see it in a moment. I mean, I should take back what I said because he has actually finished on the podium. Did that at his last race that he attended, which was at Russia. He wasn't around for Japan and won't be for the rest of the season. Actually, he's suffering quite quite a bad injury at the moment, so he has temporarily sort of pulled out until the start of next season, which is it's a big loss for F1 tonight. Okay, I think for all of us, he will be back.
All of us for F1 tonight, I think we wish you the best recovery possible, mate. And the best of luck with all the, I'm sure, the surgeries and things you'll need. It doesn't sound very good at all, but yeah, best of luck indeed, mate.
Can I also point out actually how dedicated he is to the league, because he actually hosted the driver testing session that we had today, because I wasn't available, I was elsewhere, and Josh stepped in and not only hosted the session, but he actually participated while injured.
Yeah.
So big thank you to
dedication.
Josh.
Yeah, thank you very much. So without further ado, Josh's attendance: 8 Grand Prix of 17. So it's not the best so far that we've seen, 47%. I think it's been a combination of reasons really in real life.
Yeah, he's had quite a lot going on. I mean, he's moved from one country to another, so it's, I'm not surprised that that's as low as it is.
Absolutely not. He of course debuted with us in Australia, started from the very beginning, another veteran. One pole so far, so the first polee, if you like, of the evening.
Yes.
I mean, he's a quick driver. He was often at the top in qualifying. We haven't got his sort of best qualities, but I guess I'm pretty sure he's had a number of sort of top fives at least.
He's had a few. He's had sort of 4 or 5 top 5 starts. In fact, he's either started in the top 5 or he started last, or not at all. So
yeah, which I mean, from 8 Grand Prix, having a fair few top 5 minute starts is not bad going. And going along with that, 1 podium, so very nice. That's a 3rd place that he got. One of those. 1 driver of the day as well.
Yes, so he did that when he got his podium actually at Russia.
Oh, brilliant!
So it started 16th in that race and finished 3rd.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, like I was saying before we got onto his slides, he's, at least to me, like along with Sean, he's one of those guys that will start further down the field and often, and especially in Josh's case, in the first couple of laps, find his way up into the top 10.
Yeah. I mean, you can see it there. yeah, you can see it there. He holds a record for the most first lap overtakes in a race. And that was actually at the very first race of F1 Tonight, the very first lap of F1 Tonight UK. Josh, I think he went from 15th up to 6th place before the end of that first lap.
I remember that actually, because I think he passed me.
Yeah.
And I was quite shocked, not because it's me, but because he started at the back, like Adrian said, and all of a sudden, wow, there he goes, straight past me. All right then.
Yeah.
Off he went.
No idea how he did it.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from.
That's amazing.
Of course, another record for the longest time between finishes. Earlier to Russia.
Yeah.
Haas not having the best on-track record for a little while there.
No, they don't. But yeah, I mean, that's not a stat that he's going to be proud of there. But a lot of that is due to just not being able to attend races. It's not all down to his non-finishes.
No, certainly not. Current form, he didn't start. He came 3rd, of course. That was a nice intermission, and didn't enter the last one, obviously because of his injury, I believe.
Yeah.
So a nifty 15 points from a single entry. Not too shabby. I'll be pleased with that.
Yeah. Yeah, he will be pleased. He's a bit off of his target of top 5, but as I said, there are reasons for that. So.
Yeah, exactly. We can see that reflected in his position currently 14th with 34 points. So again, just the amount of Grand Prix he's finished, he's not quite been able to rack up the amount of points he would have liked to achieve his objective, which is top 5, like you said. Season 2 though, next year he wants to carry on that objective, top 5 again.
Yeah.
Not unrealistic at all, I don't think. Very, very doable for sure if he can continue racing more regularly than he did this year. I think he will be able to for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
because obviously he's moved now. He's all settled down.
Yeah, I mean, he's a competent driver. There are some fast drivers in the league.
Oh sure, yeah.
It will be difficult to get that top 5, but yeah, he's proved time and time again that he has the outright pace to be able to achieve that.
Yeah, definitely. Current rival-wise, Callum White. We've not heard of him yet this evening. The Mercedes driver, of course, another very, very competent driver. So definitely not a sort of too far out of reach target for Josh. A very challenging target for sure, and something I definitely think he could race alongside with, definitely, especially next season when he races more consistently.
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited about that rivalry as I was this season. But I know Josh hasn't sort of been around. But but hopefully if next season both drivers do attend most races, there'll be some good battling between these two.
Yeah, certainly. Could not agree more, sir. So, back over to the Wheel of Fortune, and we will see where he'll be going next season. Again, anything other than a Haas, I'll be a bit surprised. Just because he looks good in the Haas, that's all I know him in. But here we go. The team selector wheel is spinning, and he is going to be heading off to Williams.
Okay.
So there we go. Josh Diggle's off to Williams for season 2. And he'll be joining Cameron Widdowson. So another team completed here in the F1 Tonight UK driver draw for season 2.
So it's quite. I probably shouldn't say this on stream, but it's quite funny that we've got a driver, Cameron Widdowson, who had complained previously about not having a regular teammate. Now paired with the driver with the lowest attendance.
Yeah. Obviously that'll be changing next season, Cameron. So don't worry, mate. We've got you covered. Josh has got you covered. He'll be there.
Don't worry.
Yeah. No, I think that'll be a good pairing. Because I think, pace-wise, there's a difference there. But I'm sure Cameron, like he did with Gary, he'll learn a lot from Josh.
Yeah.
And that'll be a good pairing, those two. I don't know, a Sensei and a Padawan, if you like. That'll be a very good pairing. I like to see that in season 2, so that'll be a good one to see. So let's choose. I say choose. Let's spin for another driver. This is not fixed in any way, everyone. I shouldn't laugh. It sounds like it is. But here we go. Dylan Platt. I don't want to say the big one, but it is the big one. I don't know. Do you want to announce the big news, Adrian?
Well, I suppose it has already. It's already officially been announced. But Dylan Platt is not only the current championship leader, as he has been for the majority of the season, but he is, as of today, effectively the crowned champion. Unfortunately, Tom Stevens, his main rival, has dropped out of the league just for the duration of this season. A bit like Josh, he will be back next season. But absolutely, congratulations to Dylan on the season 1 championship.
Yeah, and again from me as well, mate. I've said it in the Discord, but congratulations, very good stuff indeed. Probably not the way you would have wanted to do. I know we discussed it before the stream, didn't we, Adrian? Probably not. I mean, I'm pretty sure definitely not the way you would want it to go, but you've got to respect people's choices, and he, I think he's definitely not an undeserving winner of the championship. As we can see in front of us now. He was looking very good for it.
That's right. I mean, to be perfectly honest, he was only 4 points away from clinching the championship anyway on track. Yeah. So that's all he needed, 4 more points, and he would have done it.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. I'm sure he would have done it sooner if I hadn't crashed him out in Spain, but we won't. Sorry, Dylan. we won't touch on that. Anyway, 17 Grand Prix of 17 attended. Brilliant. 100% attendance. Our second one of the night.
Yeah.
So great stuff from him. He debuted, of course, another veteran in Australia. Now we get on to the big numbers. 7 poles so far this season. 9 wins. 14 podiums. And 2 driver of the days to his name. So, pretty impressive.
Yeah, the most impressive one there for me is certainly the 14 podiums out of 17 races.
Yeah,
that's really an absolute testament to him becoming a champion, because that effectively that is what it takes. And to do that week in, week out in 100% races, it's really not easy. It doesn't matter how fast you are, you've always got to be sort of at the top of your game. And unfortunately for everybody else, he always was at the top of his game.
Yeah, absolutely. Consistency on show there, big time. I think, like you say, that's what it takes to get to where he is in the season, number one.
Absolutely.
Another very, very nice stat there from yourself, Adrian. Has only twice qualified outside the top three. Obviously, of course, being the first race of the season, which I think he wasn't that far off the top three, was he? In Australia,
P6 off the top of my head. Oh no, hold on.
Was he further down?
Hold on. It's P10.
Oh really? Okay, I thought he was high. My mistake.
P10 at Australia, and he still won.
Yeah. So good comeback as always from Dylan, and we went sorry again from Spain. Dylan, mate. I do apologise.
You're responsible for 50% of his DNS. You're aware of that?
Yeah, thanks, Adrian. Thanks, mate. Rub it in. Anyway, finished on the podium in all but 3 races, as we touched on it. So again, amazing. Dylan. Current form, first, DNF first, 50 points out of 3 races. Best we've seen so far out of all the drivers. Probably one of the best we've got at the moment anyway, haven't we, across the board?
Yes, I think it is. And that sort of 3 race form has been at around 50 points or more for the vast majority of the season.
Yeah. Very, very good stuff. Current championship position is first place, of course. He has won the championship. 314 points is accurate, isn't it?
Yes.
What he's on at the moment. Yeah. So no one can overthrow him now until next season. Moving on to this and the next season. Currently, his objective was top 3. He's gone and done that. So very, very good. He's managed that target. Interestingly, as we've already discussed, sort of off camera, if you like, Adrian, he's going down to the top 5 for next season.
Yeah, and as we said, that's surprised me slightly, but perhaps he's being a bit modest there. I've definitely got him in my mind as the top 2, certainly.
Absolutely,
for next season, but we'll just have to sort of wait and see what happens.
Yeah, and obviously we discussed before the stream as well. I would have probably have picked him going for the season 2 champion, if not keeping the top 3. But I think, like we said, it's perhaps just he's picturing some more quick guys coming in for season 2. People obviously we've got Tom who's stepping down a bit. He'll be looking to definitely come back very, very strong next season. And of course you can see there his current and season 2 rival is Tom Stevens, the Mercedes driver, who's more or less neck and neck with Dylan pace wise.
Yes.
So that's going to be another brilliant rivalry to see unfold next season. And again, I think definitely a stronger challenge from Tom will be coming Dylan's way. So perhaps the top 5's, it's just him, thinking people are going to improve. It might not be as easy next time around. Not that it's been easy this season. He's definitely had some good battles on his hands. So I think it's going to be another very interesting championship battle for Dylan next time round.
Yeah, no, I think it will, and I think that rivalry with Tom, I think that will continue. Despite Tom's sort of absence from the rest of the season, that will sort of start again, and they will be the 2 to beat, I think, for the majority of the following season.
Yeah, could not agree more. As we transition very quickly back over to the Wheel of Fortune.
I keep telling you. Fate.
Oh, sorry. Right. It's not actually got a title, but I keep forgetting it's the Wheel of Fate. I'm thinking of Family Fortunes.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get us sued. So.
Oh, can we not say that?
Who knows? Who knows?
Well, sorry. I hope we don't get demonetized or whatever. My apologies. As we go on to the teams, anywhere you'd like to see Dylan go?
As politely as possible.
Williams?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really imagine him anywhere but Alfa Romeo. But yeah, we'll see what the Wheel of Fate says.
Indeed. Here we go. Rightly said, the Wheel of Fate will decide, and it's going to be the Red Bull.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Yeah, that's good stuff. I like the sound of that. Next time out. So Dylan Pratt, the championship winner of season 1, will be transitioning over to Red Bull for season 2. Very cool. So
that's gonna take some getting used to.
yeah, definitely is. I think it will be interesting. It's just gonna take getting used to for a lot of the drivers, because we've seen a race now for 17 races.
Yeah. But we always have this difficulty in the F1 Tonight in Netherlands on the commentary. Eddie and I typically on a Thursday night. With all the drivers switching teams. Always the first sort of 3 or 4 races, just mixing them up like no end.
Yes, that's gonna be fun seeing how the commentary goes for season 2. Getting their cars wrong, I'm sure, for the first race. But we now spin for our next driver. That wheel getting ever smaller as we get through them all. But next up is Ross Milburn. So good stuff. Let me bring up his slides for you all. 1 second. Oh, another very quick driver as well in Ross Milburn.
Yes. Some interesting stats on there as well. Some quite impressive achievements.
Yeah, certainly. As you can now see that on screen. So Ross Milburn joined us a bit later on. I think did we recruit him a bit later, or was he supposed to join at the beginning?
No, we just recruited him later when there was space.
Yeah. So one of the not later joiners, but season 1 China. So race 3, 13 Grand Prix attended and 15, 87% attendance. So another very good attendance rate from Ross.
Mm-hmm.
So far 0 poles, a best qualifying of 2nd. I personally would have probably seen him with a pole.
Yes.
By now.
I think he's certainly capable.
Absolutely, yeah.
Capable of it.
Yeah, certainly.
Trying to see where he got that 2nd place actually. Oh, that was at Spain.
Oh, cool.
That's where Josh Diggle's got his only pole position there, and Ross got his only 2nd place on the grid at the same track.
Cracking stuff. And then he won. Where was the win?
The win was Azerbaijan, if my memory serves me. Let's have a look. It was indeed Azerbaijan, and driver of the day that race as well.
Yeah, that was quite a chaotic race if I remember rightly.
It was only 5 drivers finished that race actually.
Yeah, so a very interesting race for sure. 1 win, 4 podiums. So again, very good run there. That's very respectable. 4 podiums so far. And 3 driver of the day, so I think that's the highest number of driver days we've seen so far.
It is, yeah. There's only actually 1 driver higher than that, and that's Sean Gregory, Ross's former teammate, who obviously, as we mentioned earlier on, doesn't race with us. Yeah, so between them, Toro Rosso had I think they had 8 driver of the days.
Yeah, cracking stuff. Very good from them. 6 DNFs, so I think that's tied with another one we've seen this evening for number of DNFs. So what's that? That's just under half, isn't it, of his entered races? So not too bad. I'm pretty sure he would have wanted to finish more than that. But from what he's finished, 7 races finished and got 4 podiums in those 7 races. That's pretty good going.
Yeah. The ones that he sort of manages to stay out of trouble and gets just makes it around the track for the full distance. Yeah, he does do very well. Yeah,
indeed. Holds record currently for the best performance by debut driver, 11th to 4th, and that was China, wasn't it?
That was China, yeah. We actually had 4 new drivers for China, starting 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th in that race. He managed to score a 4th place finish and get driver of the day on his very first attempt. And then at the next circuit, he won. So he was looking very, very strong in those first couple of races.
Yeah, indeed, very, very strong indeed, like you say. Current form, he had a 3rd. Did not enter in a DNF last time out, so 15 points. Again, not too bad from what he's only entered 2 of those 3 races. A podium in one, and unfortunately not finishing the other one. Not too bad.
Sorry, excuse me, a bit of track wind.
No, no worries.
Yes, yeah. I mean, yeah, his form's dwindling slightly. I appreciate that. Middle one, yeah, he didn't actually racing at all. But yeah, again, he's another one of these drivers who they really have got the pace to do well. It's just whether they can keep out of trouble, and then when something does happen, as long as they don't let it sort of, as long as they don't dwell on it for too long, they can do quite well. But I just wonder. I just wonder about Ross's mentality sometimes after an incident.
That's like we've talked many times before during races and off camera. It's one of the big things. The mentality of being able to kind of put the last race behind you and just look at the next one is not easy. Much easier said than done.
Absolutely.
So yeah, a very big task, especially one that I personally struggle with. Moving on from a bad race to try and come back strong is hard. Takes a very strong driver to do so. Strong, or mentally strong anyway. Big challenge. Current position though, 6th place. So looking good, 94 points. So again, from 7 Grand Prix finishes, 94 points, not bad going.
Yeah, no, it's really it's impressive stuff actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's more than 10 points per race. So very, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Current objective was finish top 5, so he's itchingly close. He's right there, right on the cusp. I don't know what's P5 in terms of points.
I think it's 104.
So it's doable, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with his current point scoring average, he can be there in a race or 2.
It certainly can.
Absolutely, he's keeping the same objective for season 2, so that'll be another top 5 overall, which again I think is pretty fair. This season alone, and I'm sure with next season we're looking at many top 5 potential drivers. So it's going to be there's a strong market for that position at the moment. For season 2, but very very respectable target there for Ross. Current rival, and I do apologise again, I haven't dropped the season 2 rival down another row. My apologies. But at the moment he is targeting Jake Sorrell, and we'll be continuing that for season 2.
Yeah, I think personally, I think he is more than capable of beating Jake. No disrespect to Jake, of course. Jake is again another one of those drivers that will be vying for the top 5, and I'm sure he'll have chosen that in his personal objective. But yeah, it's that could be a good rivalry.
Indeed, yeah, I agree. Having sort of only raced out of Ross and Jake, I've raced Jake on track, and yeah, I agree. He's another one that's a challenging driver to overtake on track. Very, very quick. So hopefully, like you say, see a good rivalry between those 2 for season 2.
Yes.
But let's
where's he
see. Indeed, and that's what we're about to find out. Where he's gonna be going. Obviously, the teams are now becoming a bit thin on the ground, and there's many out there that we haven't even got a driver assigned to yet.
3 teams not assigned a driver: Haas, Renault, and Racing Point.
Indeed. So
and Alfa Romeo. Sorry.
4 teams there. So it's likely we'll see him go to one of those. But which one will it be? From the wheel of fate. let's find out. He is going to be off to. Here we go then. The Racing Point. So first, I think he's first one in the team, like you said, isn't he?
Yes,
right.
he is.
He will be.
Yeah, sorry, we've got some technical difficulties. I haven't got the. It just shows the F1 Tonight logo on the screen for me.
Sorry, my apologies. I think I might have spun it off camera. I do apologise. I thought I changed it back.
They'll be calling for a fix, aren't they?
Yeah, it wasn't. Look, I'm changing it back now. There you go. Can now see it. I do apologise, guys, for that error. There you go. Ross. And that's. Yeah, interesting. The one that I can't really see not being in a blue car.
Nope, not at all.
So yeah, good stuff. quickly just swap us back to the wheel again. There we go. So Ross Milburn currently on there at the moment. He's obviously been assigned 2 racing points. Season 2, the next driver we'll be taking a look at to give a team will be Gary McKenny.
Gary.
There he is, Gary. Good stuff. So Gary is up next. Let me bring up his slide for season so far. There you go. Green. So Gary McKenny, 14 Grand Prix so far attended of 17 since he started with us in Australia. Another veteran with the league. He's been with us from the get-go. And again, another good attendance record. He rarely misses a race.
No.
Yeah, he's either a yes or a maybe. He's very rarely a solid no to turn up.
No, that's right.
Again, work has its annoyances are getting in the way, but get past that. And he's attended 14 so far of 17. It's good stuff. Currently 0 from the poles, wins, podiums, and driver of the days.
He's on the edge though. Look, he's really on the edge. It's just a matter of time before he does get his first one of each of those.
Yeah, and absolutely, you can see that on screen as well. As best qualifying and best finish are both 4th. So he's right on the edge. I'm sure you're looking now, but where did he get that for?
That 4th place was at Canada.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, so he was very close.
That was his 4th place finish was at Canada. 4th place quali was at round 11, which I believe is
Britain, is it?
No, Britain's 10. Germany.
Oh, Germany. Yeah. Yeah. So, like you say, he's right on the edge, and I have no doubt that we'll be seeing him, maybe even for the remainder of the season, but for sure, season 2, I'm sure we'll see him progress up onto one of the top 3 steps.
Yeah, I've got absolutely no doubt in my mind that he will be up there.
Yeah,
celebrating away with the champagne.
Absolutely, spraying the champagne everywhere. And as someone that's raced with him from my very first league racing days, it's really impressive to see how far he's come, pace wise. I used to be quicker than him. not anymore. I'm not. Obviously transitioning to wheel pretty recently. That's definitely helped his pace. But yeah, best night and day difference from where I first met him. Anyways, very impressive stuff, Gary.
He seems to be really sort of enjoying his racing at the moment as well, which is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't tell. 6 DNFs so far from the 14 Grand Prix he has completed. Still not too bad given the number he's raced. Never finished lower than 6, of course, so that's very nice.
Yep.
Probably one of the it's a very consistent statistic to have for sure.
Yeah. I appreciate he's had the DNFs, but the ones that he has finished top 6, and that's a statistic that not many drivers have.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it might actually be just Tom and Dylan who might be the only 2 besides himself who have that.
So there you go. I mean, that puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Really. Very good consistency from Gary. Although it's kind of dwindled a bit as of late. Obviously, didn't enter that first of 3 races we can see there, and DNF the last 2 with a 0 points haul from the last 3 races.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't had 2 DNFs in a row since Monaco and Spain, and that was it's obviously round 5 and 6, and we're at 17. But yeah, unfortunately he's had a bit of bad luck, I think, in those last 2, and he will bounce back from that, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely,
no doubts.
Yeah, he's one of those ones that you can speak to after a race, and he'll be very kind of he won't be demotivated by it.
No,
he's very quick to kind of put that behind him and get onto the next one, which is really key to, I think, how he's done so well this season. Current championship position 7th, so again, very good indeed, 83 points, and it was Ross that was ahead of him on 94, wasn't it? So there's not a vast gulf there. He's definitely perhaps in the market for 6th, if not higher, as we continue the season 1. Currently, his objective for this season was just a few points from most races. So, I mean, I think he sold himself really short there. absolutely could have gone for something higher. But then again, it's his choice to choose what he wants to aim for, and he's definitely gone way above and beyond
No, that's
on
right.
that objective.
Yeah, I mean, there's no pros or cons to any personal objectives that you set for yourself. It's just for us to sort of get an idea of where they see themselves sort of in the league, and it's quite interesting actually that he's gone for top 10 overall for next season, which he's already proved this season that he can do. And yeah, again, I've got no doubts in my mind that he will achieve that again.
Yeah, no, me either. I'm sure he'll be doing that for next season, if not for the rest of this one. Next season, though, he has pushed himself up a bit. He's going for top 10 next time round, which again I think is very, very doable.
Yes.
Like we've already said previously. Currently, though, his rival, he hasn't chosen one. But he is.
I think actually it was Sean. I think it was Sean.
Oh, was it Sean? Okay, but obviously he's left, so it's
Sean Gregory. No, yeah, Sean.
Yeah, Sean Gregory. Sorry. Obviously season 2 though, Ryan Lear.
Yeah, and that's going to be due to where they are in the championship at the moment. I think Ryan is sat 8th.
Yeah.
No, Ryan. Oh no, Ryan's 5th.
Oh no, yeah, of course he is. Yeah, I remember I actually checked earlier. Yeah, it's 1-5 for Alfa Romeo. So yeah, I don't know what's the points for. He's 104, is he?
Yes.
Fine. Yeah. So again, not too far offset for those two. So pretty respectable rival for season 2 for Gary for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, hopefully we'll see a good few battles from them next season. So. Well, this is going to be interesting because I really cannot see Gary anywhere but McLaren. so this will be fun to see where he ends up. Bring those wheels of fate back up on the screen. I'm not getting that wrong again. So
I just want to say it's quite annoying for me because I see the wheels spin about 8 seconds after you announce them on the mic.
Yeah, do you want me to keep it a secret?
No, you crack on. I just wanted to moan.
Yeah, have a little rant and then get back onto it. So obviously Gary cannot go to McLaren because McLaren's currently full.
That's right.
So let's find out as we spin the wheel. What do you think it's going to be, Adrian? Have a guess, quickly.
Haas?
Oh no, Toro Rosso.
Oh right, blimey.
Yeah. That's a big change of colour, a bit of a clash.
Orange to blue, okay.
Yeah, there we go. So Gary McKenny off Toro Rosso for season 2. Quickly hit that.
So he
joins Jamie Good.
He joins Jamie Good, indeed. That's again another super strong team.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is. Getting some really good pairings actually so far this evening for sure.
They're quite evenly matched, I think, in terms of pace.
Yeah, definitely. I'd agree. So we now go ahead and choose another driver from the wheel. Let's spin the wheel of fate, and it's Jack Wilson. So the other Renault driver. Is he the other Renault driver? No, he's not.
Williams.
Sorry. Williams driver. Up. Seasons. Second, sorry everybody. It's quite a few slides.
Shall I do it? This is F1 tonight.
F1's like UK. There you go, Eddie. One for you, mate. Back over. There we go. Jack Wilson, Williams race. Joined us a bit later than the start. That's round 5, Spain. Since then has raced in 10 of a possible 13 Grand Prix, 77% attendance, which is very nice. 0 poles so far, but a best qualifying of P5.
Yep.
So it shows some good potential.
Yes, indeed.
For sure. Qualifying pace pretty good. And obviously then we can see that converted down below with 1 podium and 1 driver of the day. I presume at the same.
That was the same race. That was this week's race.
Lovely stuff. Yeah, you said, didn't you? You passed Tony at the end.
That's right.
So very, very nice stuff. I mean, Williams at the moment, a pretty strong team.
Yes.
Obviously him and Phil.
Who's their other driver?
Phil Harris.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. The now, soon to be second placed Phil Harris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a really strong team.
Really strong running,
double podium for them, wasn't it?
Indeed.
Last week.
Yeah, very good stuff from them. So we'll see where they end up diverting off to for next season. Yes. 5 DNFs so far this season for Jack. So 50% of the races he's not managed to finish, unfortunately, so far.
Yeah.
But again, we've seen it's kind of a similar form between most of the drivers, really. If we look at what we've drawn so far, it's around the 2 to 5-ish mark, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It seems to be about half of their races at the most. They seem to not able to finish for whatever reason. But yeah, that just comes down to experience.
Indeed, yeah. And as you've noted, a fierce rivalry with Sean Street, the ex-Force India driver, or Racing Point, sorry, I should say, going off to McLaren for next season.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to explain us through the fierce rivalry comment?
well, I sort of touched on it earlier on. They both joined at the same time, and they both knew each other from outside of F1 Tonight. And yeah, they both selected each other immediately as their rivals for this season. That's just who they wanted to beat. I think Sean has won. I think this particular challenge. I think he's on 61 versus Jack's 33. There's still 4 races to go, but he's in the boat.
Indeed. Yeah, like it's something quite nice about racing someone you know outside of the game, and trying to bring that on track. Like you say, that fierce rivalry definitely coming into play.
So I just realised my mic cut out while I was talking there.
I think. Sorry. It sounded it cut out right at the perfect time because it sounded like you just finished.
Oh right.
Sorry, I didn't even realise you were still talking.
No, my batteries died when I took a breath.
Oh, my apologies. Well, feel free to carry on.
Where did I get to?
Well, I think you. Well, it just sounded like you finished. I don't really remember where you got to. It didn't sound like you just stopped. That's why.
Thanks for listening.
No, well, I didn't really.
I wind back the stream.
Yeah, just rewind and remember where you were. Sorry, mate.
No, it's fine. No, all I was saying, all I was saying about Jack and Sean. Yeah, they both joined together. They both. They both selected each other as rivals. I've raced against both of them, numerous times, obviously, and personally, I see them both as sort of equally talented on track. I think the difference in the points is just due to the perhaps better consistency of Sean rather over Jack.
Yeah, what is the difference in DNFs between those two?
Pass, but
no worries.
But Sean's on 61 points.
Yeah,
and Jack's on 33. I'll have to have a look at my notes and get back to you on the DNF count.
Yeah, no worries. But a race win in terms of points from his last 3 races. 25 points there, a 5th and a 3rd, where they did not enter for that first of 3. So again, good run of form from Jack in those last couple of races. Currently 16th, as he touched on, Adrian, 33 points. So again, there's quite a few drivers down that end, isn't there, points wise?
Yeah, it's quite a close battle down that end of the field. And I just wonder where Jack and indeed Sean would have finished had they raced a full season. So I suppose season 2 we will find out.
Indeed, we certainly will. Currently, and again for next season, he's choosing the top 10 as his target, which again I think, like you said, he's not raced a full season. I'm sure we'd see him higher up in the championship, provided he had.
Yes.
So definitely, I don't think that's a unrealistic target at all. I think that's very very good of him. Currently, as you touched on, his rival Sean Street, but he diverges for next season, and he's off to take the fight to Tony Foster. So that's going to be very good to see that come to fruition in season 2 for sure.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, if you want to battle for consistency, that's that's the very top end of the scale.
Indeed, absolutely. So that'll be very good. And I think that kind of gives us a little insight into Jack's mind in there, because you can see he's got a couple of DNFs compared to Tony's, a lot less. He probably wants to try and improve his consistency for next season. So I think that's probably a good choice, Jack, to go after Tony season 2. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So it's now time, of course, for us to find out where he'll be off to for season 2.
Indeed.
Indeed, it is. I'm very interested to see where he's going to be off to. Let me bring that onto your screens. There you go. So Jack Wilson, I will now spin the Wheel of Fate, of course, and decide your team for next season. And it is going to be Renault. So our first Renault draw of season 2. Good stuff. You will be going off to the Yellow Boys over at Renault for the next season. Good stuff. Any thoughts on that one?
Not too much, other than that. Yeah, his rival from last season is now teammates with his rival of this season, Sean Street and Tony Foster, both racing for McLaren. So
Indeed, yeah.
It's going to be Jack versus McLaren.
Yeah, quite right. Yeah, so that'd be cool to see that come out on track. Sure. It'll be interesting though. I'm looking forward to seeing where Phil ends up. It'd be cool if he just ended up at Renault as well. Transition all the Williams team over to Renault.
It's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Possible. They're still there to be drawn. But it's time for our next driver. Let's see who we've got. It's Phil Harris. It's not fixed.
Dan.
It's not fixed, everyone.
Dan. Restart.
So Phil Harris is up next. To be assigned a car. Must have a little bit of a wee chat about him. Up, a very easy one to get to because he's right next to Jack. Pop him over. There you go. So,
as he was at the last race.
Yeah, indeed.
On the podium.
Yeah, indeed. Good stuff. So Phil Harris, 15 Grand Prix, attended of a possible 17. Again, another veteran starting from Australia. Right from the get-go for season 1 of F1 Tonight UK. No pole so far, but he has been second a mighty 5 times. He's very, very close.
Yeah,
I think he can taste the pole. Oh God! What did I say?
Rephrase then. Right. Rephrase then. Can we edit that out?
Is that possible? Can. It's out there forever now. I do apologise. Anyway, I'm sure he can. He's ready for that. He's ready to get that P1.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. There have been a number of times when I genuinely thought he'd actually take the pole, only for it to be snatched off him. So right at the death of a qualifying session sometimes.
Yeah.
But I can definitely. He's certainly capable of taking pole.
Absolutely. We'll hopefully see some of that maybe before the end of the season. Not definitely next time around, I'm sure, in season 2. One win, which I believe was Hungary. No, that was Tom, wasn't it? He came P2, I think. I think Tom won Hungary.
I feel like I should know where Phil's win was. It was China.
Oh yeah, of course it was. Yeah, I do remember.
It was China. He started third there and took the win in difficult conditions.
Indeed, yeah, it certainly was. Dry to wet race. And I think actually maybe even gone back to dry. Yeah, good stuff there. 1 win, 8 podiums, of course. So again,
yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah,
that is impressive.
Absolutely, very good stuff. So one of those, top 3 drivers in F1 Tonight UK for sure. At the moment, and we'll be looking to that number definitely to increase. I think in season 2. Would you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
A very quick driver. By all means. One driver of the day, which was where, do you know?
Yes, that was at Belgium.
Yes. Yeah, that was a good race for him. Actually, a really good race to watch, actually.
Belgium? Was it Belgium?
Was it Belgium?
What's round 12?
Yeah, no, that's Hungary.
Yeah, sorry, apologies.
No, yeah, I should remember that because I commentated Hungary. Yeah, it was Hungary, of course. Equally another good race because he went on and snatched. I'm pretty sure it was P2 he finished there.
He did, yeah.
That's the rest behind Tom, who just ran away with it.
P2 from 14th on the grid.
Yeah, brilliant race. His current form, well, actually, before that, a very, very big fact in that he's never finished lower than 5th.
Nope. There we go. That was the fourth driver I was trying to think of earlier on, who'd never finished lower than 6th,
along with Gary.
other than Gary. Yeah. It was Phil.
Indeed, yeah, very good statistic there. His current form, 3 second places and 55 points. I think that's the best form of anybody, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
The last 3 races.
In the last 3 races, yeah, nobody scored more than 55 in the last 3.
Yep. So very, very good stuff from Phil there. Currently 3rd. Will be, I'm sure, promoted to 2nd by the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the points difference is actually between himself and Tom. I think it's something like 30 points or so.
Yeah, it's not too great. Especially obviously now Tom's not fighting him, so he'll be there for the end of the season, I'm sure. P2. Currently, he's aiming to take the top 10, and I think, given by his performance this season, he's then adjusted that for season 2, where he's aiming for the top 3. You can see there's a big change in objective. He's obviously smashed his current season objective. He's P3 with a very good amount of points.
Just goes to show, doesn't it, that his confidence is building more and more as races go on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, early on and even in the midpoint in the season, he's always sort of downplaying his own pace, his own ability, sort of in conversations with him. But yeah, I definitely rate him as certainly one of our top 3 drivers. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see he's gone for the top 3 for season 2, which I have no doubt he'll be certainly challenging for, if not take it.
Yes. Completely.
Currently, his rival is Sean Street.
Mm-hmm.
So an interesting one, I think, probably at the moment. I think they probably pay, that probably goes along with his top 10 initial objective.
Yes.
Would you agree? I mean, Sean's not a slouch.
No.
But certainly I think Phil probably is slightly quicker.
Yes. I don't recall a race, in fact, where Sean has beaten Phil on track. I can look that up, but that doesn't spring to mind.
Yeah.
But I mean, that just goes with his, as you said, with his top 10 assumption.
Indeed,
of himself.
just testing the waters really. I think before the season began.
Yes.
Obviously, having had some experience now in season 1, next time he is looking to take the fight to Ross Milburn, which I certainly think is a good choice.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a very good battle. Between those two,
it will be.
Next time.
Yeah.
Out in season 2 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of their pace-wise, they're pretty evenly matched. I'd say probably Phil's a bit more consistent, as he's proven. 8 podiums. You don't get that by luck. That's just down to skill and consistency.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it'd be an interesting fight between those two.
Yeah, certainly will. I'm looking forward to seeing how that one plays out in season 2. Mm-hmm. So it is time to find out, of course, where he'll be going to for season 2. And
will he be joining Ross at Racing Point?
Will he? Yeah, because obviously that seat is open. So maybe he could be. Let's find out. I'll just bring us back over to the Wheels of Fate. So here we go. Let's spin for a team, Phil. See where you end up. Season 2, it's going to be Ferrari.
Oh,
so he's going to be really happy.
No space for me.
No, obviously you're not going to be happy with that, but I'm pretty sure Phil's going to be loving that. I know likes that car. Happy with that.
Yeah, he'll also be pleased with his teammate Lee Pratt.
Yeah.
I know Lee hasn't he's yet to finish the race, but he's shown really good sort of promise. Qualified 3rd on the grid at the last race, and I think there's some really good potential in that team.
Definitely, yeah, 100% agree with that. That's going to be a very good pairing for those two next season. The Tifosi can be very happy knowing that their team is well occupied, I'm sure.
Yeah, they've lucked out there.
They have indeed. So we have technically 8 drivers. Obviously, I mucked it up a bit, and Connor isn't on there. he will be the last one. Well,
So you won't spin him.
No, I won't spin him. We'll have to say he's at the end. He'll definitely be the last driver tonight. But next up, out of the drivers, it's going to be. Oh, it's right in the middle. It's Callum White.
Callum White.
So Callum White up next here. That's going to be very cool. See where he ends up next.
Orbit Nations, as he's known.
Indeed, yeah. That's the only way I know him really, outside of his real name. Callum Fox. There he is. Transition back over. So, Callum White at Mercedes. He's been with us, of course, since the opening race in Australia. When was that actually? By the way, when did we kick off?
Oh, bloody! Now you're asking.
Yeah, way back.
It was the 3rd of September. Whew, pulled that one out of my memory bank.
Very good, Adrian. I say. So way back in September, that first race. So he's another veteran. Many we've seen this evening. 82% attendance. 14 Grand Prix of a possible 17 he has attended. So far, 2 poles. Very nice. No wins yet. I don't know about you, but I would have thought I would have seen one at least.
Yeah, that is a bit of a shock to be frank. Yeah, that's he's certainly capable of them. Absolutely capable.
Yeah, it's it's been an interesting one, I think, just because of having. Well, I mean, me and you both know, having raced him, no slouch.
Nope.
And he's definitely capable of a win, but he seems to sort of tend to go a bit backwards in the races at the moment.
I think Callum, like quite a few drivers, he suffers when something
goes wrong.
When something bad happens in a race.
Yeah.
It will sit with him. Rather than sort of work on a sort of rescue plan for his strategy, he'll just sort of dwell on what might have been.
Yeah.
And that just it's difficult to shake because I get like that myself quite often.
Same. Yeah, it really is. It takes a big hit on your sort of race mentality during a race when something goes wrong and you can't shake it off. It's normally, for me, it's game over most times. Unless something bad happens in front, in which case I'm like, well, I'm back in it. But normally that's not the case. So a best finish of 4 seconds, or P2s. 6 podiums. So again, very good.
Yep.
6 DNFs. So
I mean, that's acceptable, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for the 14 Grand Prix, it's less than half. Maybe there could have been some wins in there, but again, you never know. And it's one of those things, with the like we said about mentality. It goes a bit south, and it really is hard to shake. And in long races like we have at F1 tonight, it's really important to be able to do that. Or at least try to, and just kind of get back in the saddle and keep pushing on. That's the beauty of these long races, is that you can, so much can happen.
Yes, it can. Yeah, and the trick is to think about the next 20 laps rather than the previous 20 laps. That's what makes you win races, or makes you get those podiums when you thought you might not have.
Yeah, absolutely. And an amazing stat here, really. Gained 14 places in Germany.
Yep, started 16th, finished 2nd in that race. That's
awesome stuff.
It's a joint record with
Lewis
his
Hamilton.
teammate, actually. And Lewis Hamilton. Perhaps not at Germany though.
No, what was it at Germany though? Because I'm sure he gained a load of places. He started 14th though, didn't he? Hamilton started 14th.
Yes. Yeah. But anyway, it's a joint record with Tom Stevens, the other Mercedes driver.
Fucking stuff. Yeah, that's impressive. That there for sure. Has not finished 3 races in a row since China. So fluctuating consistency there since round 3.
Yep.
A bit up and down. Current form, he DNF'd. What would that been, round 14? And then didn't enter the last, or 15, and didn't enter the last 2.
Yeah, that's it.
Obviously, outside circumstances, they're stopping him from being able to race the last couple of times. So unfortunately, no points gained from the last 3 races. But obviously, we certainly know he is capable of delivering much, much more than that. Currently, he's sat P4. So there you go. He can bring the points home. 114 at the moment of them. He has got. Bit of a gap to P3, which is Phil, isn't it? He's on 183.
Yes.
So I think he'll be looking to try and just hold on to P4 now.
Yeah. There was a time when Callum was third in the standings for some time actually. But yeah, it's just his form in the sort of second half of the season. Yeah, it's just dwindled.
Yeah, but definitely they're looking to keep hold of that. And then, like you see, for his season 2 objective, he's going for the top 5 next time out. Next season, definitely doable.
Yes,
Callum, for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely, a top 3 obviously this season, so he's dropped that down a bit for next time. But I think that's definitely reasonable of him.
Yeah.
And top 5, of course, very very doable, very achievable for Callum.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he's able to, as we were talking about a minute ago, just put those sort of things that happen in races to the back of his mind. Like, I mean, there's no reason why he couldn't get top 3 again.
Absolutely,
next season.
Sure thing. Current season rival Phil Harris, and he is carrying that on for season 2. So Phil Harris, watch your back, because Callum's coming along, and I think he definitely will bring the fight to Phil for sure.
I think he definitely will. Both of those drivers, talent-wise, they're fairly evenly matched, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be a very many exciting rivalries developing this evening.
Indeed.
For season 2, so that'll be another good one to watch out for next time out, as we go over to decide which car he'll be challenging Phil in for season 2. This is much like Tom will be. This will be interesting. See where Callum ends up. Obviously, anywhere but a silver car will be odd. But we're going to find out right about now. Here we go. The Wheel of Fate will decide. And the team for Callum is going to be... Oh, he goes to Red Bull with Dylan. That's a partnership.
Oh, mate. It's over. That's it.
Right,
Game
that's
over.
It. Everyone quit.
Right, can we just end the stream here?
That's it. It's over.
I knew this was a bad idea.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, God, I'm not racing. I'll stick to commentating, thanks. Wow. God. Yeah, good stuff. That's a very, very, very strong team. I don't think it's going to get much stronger than that. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, so Callum has gone from being partnered with Tom Stevens, who's finished or is second in the championship, to being partnered with the champion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So there you go. I'm just saying. I mean, if Tom goes to Racing Point, then we've got 2 really strong teams. Of course, that'll be Tom and Ross as well.
Yeah.
So that's another potential strong pairing we've got. I'm just saying Phil Harris has already been taken.
You seem to be overlooking that both Tom and myself might go to Haas and dominate the the constructors.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one I'm dreading. That's not happening because it'll just be a whitewash. 1-2 for Haas. Right. So, big news then. Breaking news that Callum White off to Red Bull, joining current world champion. Wow. Okay.
Well, at least Red Bull get some decent points next season. For once.
Indeed. Cool. Right. Let's see then. Only 6 drivers remain. 7. Let's spin the Wheel of Fate. See where he's going to end up. It is of course Ryan Lear up next. Smashing.
So that's Dylan's teammate of this season.
It's again because that seat is now taken. So let's have a look at Ryan's season so far. So I was on him a minute ago. No, it's just changed again. My apologies. Let's get back over to Ryan. I've gone full circle. There we go. Ryan Lear. So another one who's done every single race available to him. He's been with us since the very beginning,
Yes.
season 1, and he
Yep.
now stays racing every single race. So very very good attendance record from.
Yeah. Also want to point out is always he and Dylan, both the Alfa Romeo drivers, they're always the first one in the Skype parties whenever I start the whenever I launch them.
Indeed, yeah, very keen. And so yeah, as I said, he's been with us since since Australia, round 1. 0 poles and 0 wins so far, but he has qualified P3 and finished P3, 1 apiece. So he is well capable of achieving a pole and a win, I'm sure.
Yeah, qualified third at Russia, and then also finished third. Where did he get that podium? He got that podium at Azerbaijan in the madness of
In
Baku.
the madness, yeah, yeah, very good stuff.
Did actually qualify fourth at Azerbaijan as well. I should point that out. So it wasn't a sort of fluke. He was entitled to be as high as he was.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, very very good performance. 1 podium, which of course was that one we just spoken about in Azerbaijan.
Yes, indeed.
0 driver of the day so far.
Yeah, that surprises me.
Yeah, I was just going to say, a bit surprising.
Yeah.
But certainly, I'm sure, given our surprised nature, sure we'll see him get some more in season 2.
Yes.
If not at the end of this season. There's still 4 races to go, of course. 4 DNFs so far. So I mean, again, 17 races entered, 4 DNFs. I mean, what is that? That's nothing, is it really?
Yeah, it's not even a quarter of the races that he's done. He's crashed out, and that is why Alfa Romeo is so far ahead in the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, he's P5 at the moment, as you can see down the bottom, or down towards the bottom of the stats there. 105 points. So, like I said, P1 and P5. So that's about a third of Dylan's points, but those two put together have given Alfa Romeo their dominance this season, haven't they?
Yeah, he just picks up so many. So many. Dylan gets his wins, and he's always sort of third or fourth, fifth, sixth.
Yeah, always there bringing home another good chunk of points. Finished 13 of 17 races, including 10 in a row. A streak that obviously sadly ended at this week's race in Japan. But still, 10 in a row, finishing run is pretty good.
Yeah, there's only one driver that's done a longer streak, and that is the Iceman.
Of course,
Tony Foster.
Yeah, I thought it might be. Yeah, very good stuff. His current form: a 7th, a 4th, and of course, as we mentioned, that DNF in Japan this week. 18 points. So again, it's just he kind of gets those places, but very very regularly.
Yeah.
So of course, a normal 3-race week, if you like, he's getting much more than that, and helping Alfa Romeo soar to the top.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good stuff from Ryan. We already mentioned he's currently 5th with 105 points. Again, very nice. His objectives have remained the same for this one on to season 2, so he's looking for the top 10 again. I think pretty respectable. He could probably maybe push for the top 5. As we see, he's 5th at the moment.
Yep.
So I don't think it's out of the question. I think top 10 is definitely, is 100% doable.
Absolutely.
For season 2. So again, good choice of objectives there. And his current rival is, of course, the man himself, Adrian Rich. Huzzah to you.
I think what's happened here, Dan, is that he's realised I'm actually nowhere near his sort of level, so he's gone a few steps higher and gone for Gary next season, which I completely understand.
Yeah, I mean that's fair enough. Gary, where did we say Gary was? P6, wasn't it?
P7 at the moment.
P7, yeah. So again, very close. Gary, of course, taking the fight to Ryan next.
He is, yes.
Yeah. So those two will be going head to head in season 2. That'll be very exciting to see. 2 very equally paced drivers. So that's I think that's gonna turn into quite a good on-track battle, for sure.
I cannot wait.
Yep, me either. So should we find out where he's going to be going to for season 2?
Yes, please.
Indeed. So he is off to. Well, we're going to find out very, very shortly. I have no idea at the moment. Otherwise, it would be fixed.
You sound like you're going to go to an ad break.
We'll find out after this. So, right, there we go. Ryan on the right, and his team appearing on the left from the Wheel of Fate. Here we go. Be off to Haas, so he'll be the first one kicking off the American team's season 2 challenge. He'll be, in the Haas, the first one to take a seat there tonight.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I like the look of that. So, I mean, there's only 5 drivers left, and of course, you're one of them, Adrian.
Yeah, I'm getting quite nervous now.
I say 5. Sorry, I keep forgetting Connor. Connor, you're there, mate. You are there. There's 6 to go.
I was eyeing up that second Red Bull seat with Dylan, but never mind.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm glad he didn't, because as you said, that would have been game over. So thank goodness for that. So let's spin the driver selector wheel, see who's up next to be seated for season 2, and it's going to be Matt Goodyear.
Matt Goodyear.
So
okay.
Of course he is currently in a Haas. He could of course be going back to Haas and joining Ryan, but we will find out very shortly where he'll be going off to. Let me bring him up just now. There we go. So, Matt, another 100% race attendee. He has been with us. Well, he's been in and out, hasn't he? That's why it's a bit interesting on the screen, because he did start in Australia.
But he's only done 8 races, and he's at 100%. But he started at Australia. He officially left the league actually after, I think it was after Bahrain, after the second race, and then rejoined not too long ago actually. Let's have a look at my. When do you think?
Belgium.
It was round 13, which is Belgium.
Belgium. Oh, I'll take it. Get half a glass of water for that one. So good stuff. So yeah, 8 of 8 Grand Prix he could have possibly raced. So very nice to see. Again, another strong driver when he gets it right. I guess he's that for everybody, but he's had some good performances, hasn't he, so far?
He has. I won't say too much till you get to a particular stat.
No, of course we'll be well on our way. We're coming down to that one. 0 poles. Same goes for the wins, podiums, and driver of the day so far. But he has qualified a nice P4, which I do think was Hungary, but he's obviously not there. He was at Belgium. I don't know who I'm thinking of.
That would be an achievement, wouldn't it?
Yeah, very good.
That was at the last race actually. That was at
Japan.
At Japan.
Yeah, P4. Best finish of 9th. So that finish. He has had 7 DNFs.
Yeah, so that's effectively his only finish was 9th place.
Yeah. Still, I mean, minus the DNFs, his on-track performances have been pretty good.
Yeah, to be quite honest, yeah, he's a really pacey driver. Well, if you race him in like 5-lap lobbies or maybe 25% distance lobbies, yeah, he'll always be up there in the top 3. But it just hasn't really sort of come together for him in F1 tonight or over 100% distance. But it will if he keeps at it. I mean, the fact that he's still got 100% attendance despite the DNFs.
Yeah, I mean
that's the testament to his character and his determination to keep going and keep fighting and keep trying to finish races.
That's exactly as you say. Very good stuff, and it's testament to his character, like you said. Return to ourselves, F1 Tonight UK, after a 10-race absence. As you mentioned, came back Belgium. I don't know how many races did he start. He left up the Bahrain, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, and then came back for Belgium. His current form, of course, unfortunately, those 3 DNFs with no points, of course, being awarded, unfortunately. Currently 17th with 3 points, so again, still scored points in that one race. I guess that was fastest lap, was it? He got.
No, what it is, it's a little bit unusual, I suppose. For this season only, drivers who do DNF still get the points.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
supposed to kick in after 90%, if you complete 90% distance.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Currently, no objective, obviously, because he joined late. I presume rejoined late. So not currently assigned one. I don't know if he had one to begin with.
He did not. No.
No. Okay. So for season 2 though, just finished races. I think that's pretty fair. Obviously,
Yeah.
given the current run of form.
Yep.
So he'll be wanting just to improve that consistency. Obviously, we know he's got that mentality in him to keep coming back and giving it another go. So he can definitely get to that stage for sure.
Yes.
Season 2, I think, will be a good one for him.
Yeah, definitely.
And he'll be looking to take the fight to Lee Pratt.
That's right.
Next
right.
time
And
out.
Lee, as we said quite early on, I think Lee was one of the first drivers we called out. But
Yeah.
Lee has also chosen Matt as his rival.
Yeah, so another driver versus driver on track, and that's Haas versus Ferrari. So that'll be a cool fight to see for sure.
Yes, indeed.
And that concludes Matt. So we can now find out where he'll be going to for season 2. And could it be back to Haas? Obviously, the seat is available. There aren't many cars to choose from now. It's very likely you could see that seat. Of course, we do have the likes of Mercedes still available, Alfa Romeo and Renault. So plenty of other constructors to go to. But let's let the Wheel of Fate decide. So here we go. For Matt Goodyear's seat, he will be off to, is it Mercedes?
With Kyle Jackson.
Yeah. So good stuff. I mean, obviously, like we've said earlier, some about Kyle, another pacey driver. So that could be a very nice pairing over at Mercedes.
Yep, could well be.
Fingers crossed. Quickly put in that to the mark. There we go. If I can spell his name right, that won't look very good. There we go. Fixed. So.
Speaking of name spellings, I think you've got my name wrong on the on the wheel there. Someone's pointed out to me.
What do you mean? Your name is Adrich Rich. I don't know how I've got that wrong. My apologies.
No, it's all right. We'll glaze over it. It's
okay,
fine.
Adrich, let me carry on. So, oh dear, right. Some rough spots to iron out, people. We'll get there. Right, let's choose our next driver. Only 5 left, of course. So, who's it going to be? It's, of course, Adrich Rich. So,
is he a new driver, is he?
Yeah, I think he's a new one.
Who
Yeah.
tested him?
Not sure where he's from. I can't really put the names of country. But yeah, Adrich, let's take him. At your stats. I'll let you talk through this one, because obviously it is you.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a bit weird.
Hi, I'm Adrich, and this is what I did.
First off, I'm obviously not Edrich.
No, quite right. Adrian. Oh, silly me.
I have to wait for the stats to show on my screen before
I
do them.
How are we looking? Are you live?
Yes, there we go.
There you go.
So obviously I've attended every race because I normally host them.
Indeed.
First race was indeed Australia.
Yep.
And my best quali was 5th place, which I've actually done 3 times, and I believe, just off the top of my head, those are all at street circuits.
Yep.
I think. I'll come back to where that was.
Pretty sure it was Azerbaijan was one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Monaco, and I think it was Belgium. I qualified 5th as well. In fact, yeah, I was battling with. I was battling with Dylan Platt.
You were P2 at one point.
On the first. But yeah, that's right. I was. Yeah. So obviously that was the highest position I've ever actually found myself in.
Yeah, brilliant stuff.
Yeah. not so impressive. I've had nine DNFs, which is an F1 Tonight record. F1 Tonight UK record.
Yeah.
9 DNFs from 17. It's still, just over 50%, which that's roughly the same as a lot of the other drivers. It's just
Indeed, yeah. It's obviously, having driven them all, it equates to a few more.
Yeah. I've never finished more than 2 races in a row, which is still true, unfortunately. Can't seem to just get my races together. I love how you've made me talk about this.
It's kind of, well, now you're talking about it, I feel like it's a bit of a punishment almost. Tell us about all your bad points.
I'm so rubbish.
That obviously wasn't my intention. I just thought,
no, I know. I know. It's why we need to do rehearsals.
Yeah.
As I said earlier on, best street results have come from street races. Azerbaijan qualified 5th there. I didn't finish the race, but it was more than 90% of the race, so I actually got 5th at that race.
Yeah.
What else did I do then? I qualified 5th at France.
Yeah, another good track. That's one of the strong ones, isn't it?
It was, yeah. It's where I got my first ever league race win.
Yeah.
For France.
Indeed.
So season objective for last season was top 10. I'm currently 11th at the minute with 60 points. I've been sort of fighting with Tony Foster for that 10th place spot. I think he's actually jumped up to 9th now. So yeah, he finished 4th, didn't he, at the last race at Japan?
Yeah.
So it's 12 points for 4th place.
Said earlier.
Yeah. So that's my target.
Indeed, and you're still carrying over the same season 2 objective of top 10 again.
Yeah, that's right. And
good stuff.
I've realised that Gary is completely out of my league, so so I've gone for Tony. But yeah, I think that will be more than a challenge for me next season. So we'll see what happens.
I think it's good to choose somebody that you know is not an easy fight.
No, yeah.
Just because it's it keeps you on your toes and it pushes you to do better. So yeah, I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, that's right.
And like I said, you're carrying on the same objective of top 10 again. So you're going for it in season 2.
Absolutely.
As well.
100%.
Perfect. Good stuff. I like it. Huzzah!
Thank you.
For that one. So let's see where you will be off to season 2. So from the teams remaining.
Yeah.
Anywhere you'd like to go? Yeah, I mean, what have we got? We've got Haas, Renault.
Haas with Ryan Lear, yeah, that could be interesting. Renault with Jack Wilson. I can probably learn quite a lot there, or Alfa Romeo, and I can punish someone else completely.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah. So,
who's going to be unlucky enough?
Renault, Haas, Alfa Romeo Racing Point. The Alfa Romeo yet to driver, so likely going that way.
Yep.
Let's see where the Wheel of Fate taking Rich. And you are off too, sir. I'll wait for it to come up on the screen. I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to Renault.
Yeah.
Lovely. Oh, with Jack Wilson.
So after Renault, yeah. So that should be pretty good.
Funnily enough, it was Jack who pointed out the misspelling of my name. So.
Well, there you go. You can go and join him over at Renault now.
Lovely.
Yeah, cool. I like that. Good pairing.
Yes, indeed.
Got your name right on this one.
Oh, and actually, I've done a Danny Ricciardo, haven't I? I've gone from Red Bull to Renault.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, cool. So, Adrian off to Renault for season 2. So that only leaves us with 4 drivers to choose from. Of course, currently on the wheel, we can only choose from Thomas Cook, Jake Sorrell, and Tom Stevens. So 3 big names really left to see.
Yep.
So let's see who we're going to be looking at next. It is Tom Stevens.
Oh, blimey.
So
here we go.
Here's the big one. So we got Tom up next. And he can only go to very different teams than where he has been previously. I think I've only ever seen him at Mercedes
Yeah,
or
I can only
Williams.
envisage it.
Mercedes and Williams.
Well, he won't be going into either of those.
Indeed, yeah. Right, let me.
There'll be
Uh,
some high numbers on this next stats
There will,
page again.
yeah, and it's another big number, slide here. So just bring it up. Sorry, it's disappeared again. There we go. Right, here he comes. So Tom Stevens, of course, was second to Dylan Platt. Another very, very high scoring driver, and right, I just changed it back again because it was a bit squished up again. Another very high scoring driver. 16 of 17 races attended. That's 94%. Another very, very good attendance rate, and he's been with us since race 1, way back in September, as we mentioned earlier. Another, as you can see here, another good list of numbers and stats. 7 poles, 6 wins, 9 podiums, 2 driver of the days. So I mean, pretty good going.
Yeah, absolutely. And also that stat just below there is also the only driver so far to achieve a Grand Slam, and that goes for both F1 Tonight UK and NL. Is the only one who's managed. If those who don't know what Grand Slam is, he's not only taken pole position, he's also won the race, got the fastest lap, and more importantly, he's also led every single lap of that race.
Was that done at Hungary?
He's actually done it twice. He's done it at done it at Russia.
Yeah, of course.
Was it Hungary?
Hungary. I mean, he led Hungary for a long, long time, so it would surprise me. But yeah, Russia was another good one. Hungary.
Yeah, I thought Dylan led the opening lap of that.
He might have done actually. Yeah, there was an incident with Dylan, so it may have been. Tom took the lead eventually.
Oh, round 12. What was that? Oh no, that was Hungary. Yeah, you were right. Sorry.
No worries. But yeah, 2 Grand Slams. I mean, that's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you said, just reading off what the requirements are for it. Those are big asks, and he's done it twice. The only person out of 40 drivers to do it.
I mean, when he's at the top of his game, he's completely unbeatable. I'm not exaggerating there. That's he's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I managed to battle him once when he lapped me. So I ignored blue flags and tried to fight him for a bit, and that was it.
I remember quite well. He went around the outside of me at Sector 3 in Belgium, and I was really pushing to stay ahead of him, and he just went around the outside like I was nothing, and that was for position. Actually, he'd just come out of the pit.
Yeah, yeah, like you say, yeah. When he is in the zone, he's unstoppable. I mean, I keep mentioning Hungary, but it was, in my opinion, a really good race, and one from Tom where I think he won it by about 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He was just setting fastest lap after fastest lap. It was just qualifying for him over and over again, and like you say, when he gets in that zone, he's just untouchable. Really impressive stuff. Current form, he DNF'd round 15, won 16, which was Russia, of course, and then did not enter the last race. Obviously, this stemming into his choice to stand down for the rest of season 1 and come back.
He was genuinely ill last week, but
I remember you saying,
I've spoken to him since, and he's just taken the decision to step down until the start of season 2, which I completely understand and respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Likewise, of course, a shame to lose him, but I'm happy he's done it in lieu of him becoming much stronger and coming back better for season 2. So look forward to seeing you back, mate. In season 2, that'll be really good to see you back on form, sir. Obviously, currently second place, 217 points. So again, no slouch in the points department.
Definitely not.
The only other driver to punch at the 200 mark, other than Dylan. He's a Dota Wars season 1 champion. I mean, he got pretty close, and I think had he continued, he would have kept fighting for that for sure. We know what Tom's like, and he wouldn't have, just given up on that.
No.
He would have kept pushing for that championship.
Yeah.
Obviously, big points difference, but Dylan's just been, he's just been on another level. I think at this point on his first big season. Tom equally been very special as well. So, two really big names in the league now, and I think Tom's definitely going to bring that to him season 2.
Absolutely. 50% of winning races is about your mentality in the car.
Yeah,
as you're driving around that we touched on earlier on.
We mentioned it a few times,
and I think the break between now and the start of the new season, I think that will do him some good, and it can mean he can sort of enjoy other games and things, and then come back to F1 when he's sort of happy to.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know quite how many leagues he puts himself into, but I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
So he wears himself very thin, and I think, like you say, that break will do him good, and he can come back refreshed and ready to fight for season 2. So I look forward very much to that. Of course, next season he's reduced that sort of target a bit. We're going to the top 3. No doubt in my mind whatsoever he'll be there.
No, yeah. I think that's. I wouldn't say it's easy, but yeah, imagine he will certainly be.
But for sure,
fighting for that.
Absolutely. Dylan Platt, obviously his rival for this season, and it was a very, very good rivalry. They had some brilliant on-track battles for sure. No one chose him for season 2. I think it's fair enough.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think probably part of that is maybe from stepping down from this season, not knowing quite what people will be for season 2.
That's right.
Generally, I think probably just taking kind of a more lone wolf approach, looking after himself, not worrying about anyone else, which I think will be good for him.
Yeah, that's what you need sometimes.
Absolutely. Sure is. So there we go. Tom Stevens. He will be seated very, very shortly after this break. So that we can bring up the wheels and we can find out where he'll be going off to. Here we go. So, Tom Stevens. 3 constructors left available. Alfa Romeo is looking pretty likely at this point. But let's see. No, it's Haas. So, Tom Stevens off to Haas for season 2.
So he's teaming up with his rival's former teammate, Ryan Lear.
Indeed, yeah. So that'll be interesting.
So Ryan's gone from being paired with this season's champion to possibly next season's champion.
Indeed, yeah. He's not getting it easy, Ryan, but we know he can cope with it and certainly help bring home the bacon for the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
So another good pairing over at Haas, another good team. Really strong teams developing, which is really good to see. Yeah, so that'll be very, very interesting for season 2. But we have 3 drivers left to choose from. Of course, we know Connor will be last, but we have Thomas Cook and Jake Sorrell still to decide. Let's see who is next. It's Jake Sorrell. So Jake up next. We touched on him earlier, the other Ferrari driver. Another quick guy. A very good on-track fighter as well.
Yes.
So, let's get him on screen here. There you go. And I need to make that bigger. There we go. There we have it on screen now. So, Jake Sorrell, he joined us in China. He was one of the new debutants with Ross. He's been with us since round 3. 13 Grand Prix, attended a possible 15, so 87% attendance. Another good
decent
attendance record from him. So far, of the big ones, it's 0 poles, and the same goes for the wins, podiums, and driver of the days, but 2 third places in qualifying, so strong quality performances, and a single 4th place is his best finish so far. So again, quality and on-track performance in the race, both pretty good really. He's only one outside the podium.
Yeah, and I'm surprised really that he hasn't had a podium.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah, he's a more than competent driver. I think again he's another one who struggles perhaps with the consistency or even the mentality when things excuse me, when things don't quite go his way.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, it can be difficult to sort of recover from that.
Yeah, I think I remember that. That was probably the first race he started as well, because I raced him there at China. I think you saw elements of that happen a little bit in China. But again, when he was sort of going at it, it was hard to challenge him from my point of view, anyway, at least on track. So a very competent on track racer. From those 13 Grand Prix he's raced, he's failed to finish 6. So in the grand scheme of things, again, less than half. So not too shabby.
No, yeah, that's more than acceptable, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah, given it's his sort of first season with us, and full distance races, etc., etc.
Yeah, certainly is. Current form, he didn't finish round 15. Did not enter for Russia, but finished a nice 5th. So a nice 4-5 for Ferrari last time out in Japan, which is nice.
Yep, really good stuff from them.
Yeah, 10 points 10 points taken home off of those last 3 races. So again, I mean, he's finished one of those and brought 10 points home. So kind of get an idea of what he's capable of over 3 races. It's pretty good, pretty good stuff. Currently sat 8th with 73 points. So again, you look at how many races he's finished. What's that? 7. 7 races. So that's just over 10-point average per race.
Yeah, and that's roughly where you'd find him in a race, is about 5th place most of the time.
Yeah, so like we say, very competent out on track during the race and in qualifying. Current objective was top 10, and he's maintaining that for next season. Again, I think that's a pretty good objective for Jake. Obviously, at the moment we've seen him 8th, so he's had a couple of DNFs. That's probably kept him around that position, but I definitely think he's capable of going higher.
Yes. I think he is. I think he's got definitely got top 5 potential in my
absolutely
in my book. But yeah, I can understand sort of perhaps his reasoning for just going for the top 10 again, and just work on his consistency.
Yeah, quite right. Currently, his rival was Ryan Lear, but he has changed that to Gary McKenny for season 2.
Yeah. Again, that's reflective of his sort of position in the standings. Ryan Lee is currently 5th, and Gary's 7th, just above him, just above himself. And that's probably a reason why he's gone for Gary.
Yeah, indeed. I think capable of either, challenging of either driver there. I think, like you say, just the standings wise, he's probably chosen Gary over that. But we'll definitely be able to take the fight for Ryan as well as Gary next season, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So another interesting battle to develop in season 2 as well. Let's take a look back at the wheels. The wheels of fortune. I think I know. I think I'll probably guess where he'll be going.
Only 2 places he can go, isn't there? Alpha or Racing Point.
Indeed, that's right. So they are wheels, Racing Point, and Alfa Romeo left. Who will it be? Let's see what the Wheel of Fate decides. It's Racing Point. So Alfa Romeo is really being given a wide berth tonight. Well, I mean, at this point, we can safely say where everyone's going to be ending up. So, of course, Jake Sorrell goes to Racing Point. Ross Milburn. That's a good partnership. Strong pairing over at Racing Point for sure.
Yeah, big time.
And that leaves. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I think both drivers, both Ross and Jake, I think both of those will be pleased with their respective teammates.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that of course leaves us, although we will be speaking about their season so far, of course. That puts Thomas Cook and Connor Hughes over in the Alfa Romeo.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to. Can you remind me how to spell Connor's name? I think I've got it right.
It's Konah.
Yeah, there you go. I was right.
Yeah.
So Connor Hughes and Thomas Cook take the 2 seats at Alfa Romeo. So that's everyone decided for season 2. So very cool. We will of course be taking a look at Thomas. He's the last one on the wheel. Spin that. Okay, wonder who it's going to be. Thomas, of course.
So nobody's ended up in a team that they.
Yeah, everyone's changed, haven't they? Sorry, I think your controller might have died again, mate. But yes, like you were saying, everybody has changed teams. So very good. A completely mixed up grid for season 2.
Yeah, brilliant. No, great stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, really pleased with this.
Yeah, me too. So let's bring up the information for Thomas. Be our second to last driver this evening. Of course, with Connor left to do. So Thomas Cook, he was over at Toro Rosso, a late joiner for us. Okay, you can see his slide now on the screen. Indeed. So he joined. Well, he came in and back out, didn't he? It was similar to Matt.
Yeah, that's right.
He was there for round 1, Australia.
It was there for three races actually.
And then he took a sort of leave of absence, I guess you could say. Came back. What round did he rejoin?
He rejoined at round, not round 12. He rejoined at round 16. So that was what's one after Singapore?
Russia.
Russia.
So only back with us for 2 races so far.
Yes.
He's had 5 Grand Prix with us and attended all 5, so 100% attendance again. Another good record.
Yep.
Again, a bit skewed compared to when he started and where he is now, but there you go. 0 poles, same goes for the wins, podiums, and driver of the days, but he has got 1 P2 in qualifying. So again, qualifying performance, he's no slow driver, is Thomas Cook. Pretty quick.
No, I mean he's as you're sort of fully aware, being obviously you're co-owner of Synergy PWR, where Thomas Cook has actually won the Division 2 championship last season, and then went on to win Division 1 this season. So he's a double champion. He's come over to F1 tonight, and it was impressive in his last race out at Japan, which is it's typically his track.
Indeed,
one he does exceptionally well at. Qualified second, but just wasn't able to finish the race, unfortunately. Yeah,
a shame. But he's, like you say about his previous kind of league racing history, he's made of the right stuff. So he's definitely got the potential. 2 championships under his belt, if you like. So he's he's more than capable of taking the fight to the guys at the top. Like I said, best finish was P6. That was Russia, his first race back with us. So again, first race back, and pretty good finishing position, all things considered.
Yep, started 14th in that race as well.
yeah. I thought he started outside of the top 10. So yeah, another good comeback from Thomas. 4 DNFs. So of those 5 races completed, he's not managed to finish 4. So again, I think that's just like you said. A bit of bad luck on his part, really.
Yeah. Just got to get that consistency nailed over the longer distance.
Yeah. I mean, and you know very well. You're good friends with him, so you know what he's like, his mentality-wise. I think he's not one of the ones to kind of let it get to him, is he?
No. He'll keep fighting. If something's available to him, he'll keep fighting for it, until the point where it's just completely impossible. Yeah,
absolutely. And a very, very good fight. I've had many good battles with him, surprisingly, which is weird because I'm not very quick. But I have had many good battles with him, actually. Normally not in leagues. I seem to do better outside of leagues than I do in them.
Right.
But yeah, another very quick driver and a very, very good on-track fighter. So looking forward to seeing what he can do next time out. So 8 points from the last 3 entries he's had. Obviously, Russia was when he scored those. Currently 16th. Obviously, again, understandable, not really representative of his actual pace. But having only completed 5 races for us, finished 1, that's fair enough. 11 points there for him. Currently no objective, but his season 2 one is just to finish races, which I think, again, like some other drivers we've seen, is a bit a bit selling himself short, but again, there's nothing wrong with choosing that. But I just think he's definitely can do better. I think we're looking for the top 5 at least.
Yeah, but I think like a lot of the others, he's aware of what he needs to do to get better in this league, and that is just finish.
Absolutely, yeah, quite right. Very good point. So he's just looking at kind of improving his current season run of form, and that's his target for season 2, which is very good. And no rival choosing again, so he'll be looking at just kind of improving himself, working up back to, his traditional run of good pace and good form, and taking that fight back to the guys at the top again.
That's right. I mean, yeah, he's not looking to sort of set tracks alight, even though down the road, he absolutely does have the potential to be a Dylan beater, But but I think for now he's just going to pace himself and as I said, work on finishing races.
Yeah, and we've got 4 more this season to do that, and then he'll be back strong for season 2 with Alfa Romeo, of course.
That's right.
So with that, I'll quickly just bring up Connor Hughes, because he is our last driver this evening. Obviously, we know that Thomas is going to Alfa Romeo. Connor is, of course, joining him there. So there we go. Now on screen, Connor Hughes for Renault currently, obviously off to Alfa Romeo with Thomas next season, season 2. Currently, he's attended 2 Grand Prix of a possible 5, so 40% attendance. He's, I think, probably again, like most of us, real life comes into play. And again, he's not been able to attend as many as we'd like. I'm sure he'd want to be racing all 5 of those. But he's a new driver. He's probably one of the later joiners. He was the same as Carl Jackson. They joined together, didn't they? Both in the Renault for Belgium this season. Currently, same for poles, wins, and podiums, and driver of the days. He doesn't have any of those just yet. But I think he was fairly quick in testing, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. I'd put him probably top 10.
Yeah.
In pace wise.
Just to find his confidence, I think you made a note on, didn't you?
That's right. Yeah. Seemed to had nervous in his tests.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was just going to come over time, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, perfectly understandable. Joining a big league, big races, of course, 100%, and just starting out. That's something that he'll kind of just line that out as he races more. Obviously, having only done 2, that's something I think he'll still be kind of seeing elements of that as we see him race. Hopefully, some more throughout the rest of the season. Yep. But fingers crossed he can make the rest of the races, and we'll see sort of a more confident and well-developed Connor for season 2. That'll be really good to see him really show off his pace. 2 DNFs from those 2 races. So again, unfortunate run of form. For Connor, I think he didn't manage to finish Belgium. I think that was a fairly early DNF, if I remember rightly.
I think it was, yeah.
I don't recall when he crashed out in Russia, but again, just a bit unfortunate on track. Again, like you were saying, Adrian, that maybe that confidence part of it comes into those mistakes, which hopefully we'll see him make less of and finish some more races as we continue on the season.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So as you can see, obviously representative of that, 0 points so far this season. But he's not the only one, of course, and just finding his feet, he will get some more. Season 2 objective, just finish races again. Fair enough. I think that's a good target for sure.
Yeah, realistic.
That's where you've got to start, isn't it? You've got to start at the root of the problem and then work up from there. And I'm sure he'll be looking to, again in his own mind, off track, improve that target as we go through season 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
And his next rival, it's the man, the myth, the legend, Adrian Rich, of course.
Yep.
that makes it 4.
And I do imagine having battles with each of these drivers. I think if I'm lucky, I think some of them have chosen me as a weaker target, and I think some of them have chosen me as perhaps an equal target.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
I don't think there's anyone here that's chosen me as like a one to beat.
I think Connor's done that.
Do you think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you and Connor will have a good bit of sparring on track. Hopefully, for the rest of the season, and then we'll see that. I keep saying with Connor progress through season 2.
Yeah.
So I think you two will have a good on-track fight. I like the idea of that battle.
Okay.
But yeah, that is the final driver, of course. No more wheels to spin. The wheels of fate have decided season 2 for us. You can see the drivers scrolling on the bottom, but for a quick final rundown. Over at Mercedes for season 2, we will have Kyle Jackson and Matt Goodyear. They will be the Silver Arrows for season 2. The Tifosi have Lee Pratt and Phil Harris to look forward to taking the Ferrari seats for season 2, so that'll be good. The boys in red look pretty strong. Red Bull, of course, we've already hinted on this one. Mr. and Mrs. Dominant over at Red Bull, Dylan Pratt and Callum White. They are looking. I mean, that's going to be a team to look out for season 2. Absolutely. McLaren, Sean Street and Tony Foster will take to the orange cars for season 2. Again, another good pairing. Many good pairings. I'm going to repeat this as we go through them all, but there are some really good teams taking shape for season 2. Racing Point have got the likes of Ross Milburn and Jake Sorrell, hopefully opening their account strongly for season 2. That looks like a pretty good team. Renault, the boys in yellow, Jack Wilson, and of course Adrian Rich. So there you go. Hopefully you're looking forward to that one, Adrian.
I am, yeah. I'd be, I'm quite enjoying racing with Jack being on the same team, because he's a remarkable driver who could put podium in his last race, capable of many more podiums. I just hope I can deliver as the sort of number 2 driver in that team, and hopefully get us, maybe top 3 or 4 in the constructors. I think that might be a realistic target for us.
Sounds like a pretty good target to me. Then we've got Toro Rosso, so the Red Bull sister team. Another good pairing, Jamie Good and Gary McKenney. Hopefully they'll be pleased with that pairing. I think that's a pretty good partnership over at Toro Rosso. Alfa Romeo will be Thomas Cook and Connie Hughes. We've mentioned they were the last 2 to be drawn into the Alfa Romeo team. Haas will be Ryan Lear and Tom Stevens. So again, good partnership. As we've already mentioned, Ryan gets yet another very, very quick driver as his teammate for season 2. So the pressure is still on Ryan, mate. Yeah. So that'll be another good partnership. And Williams, lastly, they have Cameron Widdowson and Josh Diggles. That will be the final team there, taking shape this evening.
And in fact, Dan, Red Bull and Haas have just switched their teammates, because it was Dylan and Ryan were paired up, and Callum and Tom were paired up last season, and now it's Dylan and Callum and Ryan and Tom.
yeah, very very good. So yeah, I mean, I've said it many times, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how these teams kind of develop as we.
Yeah,
very very strong pairings there. Building up to be quite an exciting one for season 2. Looking forward to it.
Yes, it does look good.
Yeah. I think
still 4 more races of this season to do. But yeah,
absolutely
looking forward to.
I haven't said it enough this evening, but we are of course F1 Tonight UK, and this has been the season 2 driver and team draw. We are of course racing this week, Tuesday, the 14th of January. We'll be at Mexico. Is that correct?
That's right. Yep.
Potentially have a stream available. Hopefully, I think it's in the works. So maybe, but of course, I will be with Adrian on Thursday for F1 Tonight, the Netherlands, and we'll also be at Mexico.
That's right.
We'll be pulling out the sombreros and getting our commentary on again. And that should be a fun stream as always. But I think that concludes this evening's events. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and hopefully everyone is happy with their teams. I know I would be. There's some pretty, as I've said it many times now, but there are some really cool teams out there, and some great partnerships. So yeah, I think season 2 looking very exciting indeed. But from me, thank you very much for watching this season 2 F1 Tonight UK driver draw. But it, as always, is a good evening and a huzzah from me.
And huzzah from me.
Thank you very much. Good evening, guys.